Alrighty, welcome back everybody. This is Patrick Morrison with SimTraX Broadcasting and the Coast2Coast Racing League and the Racing Network as well, coming to you live here for the Monday Night Madness series here. Right now I've got about 10 drivers lining up here for our Class C division. It should be the Raiders here tonight, covering from Marty Zakella and the Slide Job Racing Network. Well, let's go ahead and go top off on our standings. Brought to you All About Tie-Dye, located in Liberty, Missouri. All About Tie-Dye is the official tie-dye of the Coast2Coast Racing League. For the standings so far, Kyle Sargent leading the charge here with Neil Strausser in second, that we see out there on the track right now in the number 68 car, and Mike Schultz in third place. Dustin Sargent running in fourth with Isaac Salas in fifth. I don't see Mr. Isaac Salas out here, so my head hangs low because I sure wish I'd like to see Isaac Salas in the number 5 out here tonight, because last week, if we look at the Malcolm Mills mill riding, Isaac Salas finished first last week with Austin Marlett there, and third was Kyle Sargent for the 1, 2, 3 here last night. But let's take a look what we've got here tonight. I don't like siding away from that too much as we take a peek. The entire night, guys, we're going to be here at Cedar Lake in 360 division, which is exactly where you want to be, you know, with a really a nice, easy, you know, move for these guys. Is these 3 divisions, all of them 360s. First of them is going to be the Raider division, being the fixed edition. Then we're going to be in the open division for the Rebels and the Renegades, and really that's where, to me, the guys who have worked their way up from the Rustlers to the Raiders to the Rebels, and then they're going to get in the Renegades, so don't go away. Definitely want to stick around for that one. And obviously you see the laps. So Raiders going to be 20, Rebels at 25, and the Renegades at 30. Track temperature all there tonight at 72. You see this is less than 3/10 of a mile, so I seriously doubt these guys will be really having the wheel straight at all at any point unless they're pre-setting for a turn. This is definitely going to be an awesome shootout here each and every race. Plenty of heats for these guys to kind of figure it out, get a good area, and maybe have a good chance to give us a good run out there. That'll bring up our Tim Chapman pre-race show here. Let's go ahead and have a little chat about what is up for grabs here. This is week 11, I believe, so only this week and 2 more to go after that. Appreciate you guys joining me here for the Thanksgiving week. I hope that is not going to affect any of our numbers out here on the track, as we're looking at Troy Force right here in the number 44, getting around the track here. So hopefully in just a little bit, we'll kind of see what our best times are for qualifying. That way we can go ahead and stack this heat. Cedar Lake is tonight, guys. You'll be able to catch up with me actually tomorrow for the Gambler Motorsports Topside Tuesday. We'll be at Volusia, then we'll be at Williams Grove, and then at Charlotte for the wingless 360s, the 410s, and the NASCAR pickup trucks. Definitely good racing for tomorrow, but man, I'm super excited about here and tonight, what we've got lined up for you guys. As we get these guys kind of squared away here, taking a look around the outside of the track. Definitely want to make a little mention here. We are in New Richmond, Wisconsin. You know, this place actually broke ground in 1956 and opened the very next year. The track was conceived after farmer Elmer Cook remarked that the natural bowl in the swamp he had on his farm property would make a perfect racetrack. So he said, what the hell? Let's go out there. 3 weeks later, roughed it out, and the track began to take shape. Since then, the first race only had 85 spectators out there and only 12 cars to watch. Nowadays, I mean, this thing holds amazing marquee events out there. We're talking the World of Outlaw USA Nationals, the Masters, the Legendary 100, and more. So whether it be in sprint cars, late models, or modified, whatever they're out here racing, whatever your preference is, you'll find it here at Cedar Lake's clay surface. As these guys are getting rounded up here in just a second, hopefully getting ready for qualifying. I think they're looking to see if a couple of guys are running late to kind of squeeze a couple of these times out here. So I kind of see the spotter tower up here toward the top. These guys taking shape here at this point. Kyle Sargent and Dustin Sargent right now are fastest in the rooms at this point. Kind of see if we can take a peek here at what we've got going on. Kind of our fastest times there so far. Right now, like I said, there are more drivers here. Just some of them have yet to take to the track here tonight. Practice should be rounding up, and let's go ahead and get straight to the qualifying here, ladies and gentlemen. Pretty excited to see what we've got in store for you here tonight. I don't cover Mondays a whole lot. This is normally Marty Zacalla's day, but he definitely brings the hype here, that's for sure. All right, let's go ahead and move straight to our qualifying session, and we are. Brought to you by ABR Setup Shop. See who goes ahead and gets out there first. Looks like Joe Canellis is getting out onto the track as we speak. Definitely an odd pit road. It kind of goes way out between 3 and 4 as they get around here. Joseph Canellis, and we'll kind of see what times these guys put down. ABR Setup Shop, with more than 7 years of iRacing experience and 3-time iRacing World of Outlaw Sprint Car Series World Champion. Alex Bergeron is your coach and your setup builder for iRacing. The goal is to make you faster on the track without any exceptions. Then don't look any farther than ABR Setup Shop. They offer weekly iRacing, weekly official racing setups, custom setup requests for your specific races, and most importantly, one-on-one coaching. And that is definitely, to me, racing dirt. I'm starting to kind of get the hang of it, but really an interesting way to kind of collect on the track and kind of find a good way to get around here. Joseph Canellis takes the pole here, looks like with about 11.728 out there on the track. See if anybody else can beat Speedy Joe out there in the number 1 car. Takes the number 1 spot and see if anybody knocks him off. I know the Sargents are out there on the track. There he is. Kyle Sargent taking the pole here. That definitely should do it. I'm not saying I wasn't expecting that, but right now, as your points leader with 2 wins so far here in the Raiders division, I wouldn't expect anything less here of Kyle Sargent. Right now, Joseph Canellis is sitting in the 8th position out there. Let's see if we can find Bud Molyneux out there. Let's see, there he is. Let's kind of see how that 883 is doing out there so far. And Bud is just sitting right ahead of Joe Canellis in the 8th. He's sitting here 7th. Let's see if he gets us a solid time. Right now, sitting in that 5th position. Alrighty. Got a couple more minutes here, about 45 seconds if anybody else is looking to put down some time. Zach Chapman looks to be out there, but I don't know if he's racing tonight along with Brandon Dittmer. So right now we are looking at Kyle Sargent first, Joseph Canellis second, Neil Strausser in third, Dustin Sargent in fourth, Bud Molyneux in fifth, and Greg Parmalee in the 6th position. What I'm not showing is Zach Chapman, Troy Force, Butch Baker, and Brandon Dittmer. Hopefully I'll see these guys out there on the track. They may be just kind of taking a back seat and letting this, getting ready for the heats. Alrighty, and that looks like it's going to do it for our qualifying session here. Alright, let's get rounded up here as we get squared away for our first heat. Alright, of course, our first heat brought to you by Langton Mechanical. You guys know all about Langton Mechanical out there. Definitely one to check out there. Second to none heat and air conditioning company in the Hamilton area, and promise their customers that their own professionally trained Langton specialists will be there personally every step of the way. They guarantee their customer satisfaction from start to finish, including sales, installation, maintenance service of their heating and cooling systems, and every equipment sale, installation, and that maintenance service that you made, that call, that is backed 100% by Langton. Right now, Neil Strausser and Bud Molyneux in the front, Kyle Sargent and Butch Baker starting 3 and 4. Definitely start to see if we can get stacked up here. Doesn't look like Butch Baker takes the field. Only 3 guys out there on the track. Kind of heartbreaking. I'd like to see a stack more of cars here so far, but I think maybe some of these guys may be serving some penalty, as I am unsure at this time. Let me see if I can take a peek here, as we do have some penalties out here, but I'm not seeing anybody at this point who is lined up for that. I believe Dustin Sargent is one of the guys who has some penalty points here tonight as we get underway here. Definitely, this may be the 1-2-3 shot you see here, but I know Bud, he's looking to kind of prove himself in front of Neil Strausser on this front shot. Oof! Quick shot there by Neil Strausser in the wall. Got to be super careful trying to set up that turn. Only second, he is sitting second in points, right behind Kyle Sargent. He's got to have a good showing tonight to really start catching up here. He may have to come away with a few wins in this league to kind of catch him at this point. Like Kyle Sargent may have kind of spun out here a little bit, falling back by about 4 seconds here so far. So we'll stick up with the guys here in the front. Bud Molyneux and Neil Strauss are 1 and 2 at this point. But now Molyneux is starting to really take off here. He's got about half a second gap on him at this point. Not really, doesn't really have anything for him here. Yeah, it might be kind of it here as we go, kind of wrapping this heat up. Only 8 laps per heat here tonight. Should be a good shootout here, hopefully, for the feature. I kind of like to see, hopefully, like I said, some of these guys will be able to come out here. I know there are heat EOLs are not allowed to compete, so I think some of these guys will still have a chance to get back out here on the track. But let's not take the light here off Bud Molyneux here, who's taking the white flag as he comes up. And Neil Strauss are trying to keep somewhat in contention there. No slide jobs will be had here in Heat 1. That is going to do it for us. So Bud Molyneux is going to take away the Heat win starting on the inside row. Neil Strausser will be starting second behind him in the feature here tonight. That is going to roll us to our second heat. Man, I am on it here tonight here, ladies and gentlemen. Our second heat, of course, brought to you by Magnum Race Designs. And that is going to bring our starting grid here so far. Brandon Dittmer showing here in the front. We'll see if Dittmer takes on to the course here. Right now it's showing Parmalee in the front, Dustin Sargent in second, and Joseph Canellis starting in third. Pretty cool paint jobs, all these guys. Joseph Canellis, one of the salty dogs competing here on Monday. If you guys are looking to kind of join here at the C2C Racing League, guys, C2CRL.com obviously is where you can go. If you're looking for other racers that enjoy racing without all the drama and name-calling of normal iRacing, come out and join the Cool Ray Coast2Coast Racing League. They've got over 16 divisions, racing 7 days a week, and heck, I'm even broadcasting some of them, and we're broadcasting at least 12 of those, guys. So members know that they're a part of something bigger than just the on-track experience. Go to C2CRL.com and click Apply to join the action, where the cars are virtual and the racing is real. Keep in mind, I believe a few weeks ago that we did run the Dirt Track Bank World Finals. Definitely, there was some money up for grabs, about $1,500, guys. So not just racing out here. I know there are some people out here that do have the capability and the willpower that you get a chance to race for money. But here we go, Dustin Sargent, one of the guys who was trying to collect all that money. Kyle Moonen was the one who took it all away, really, with most of it there. And Isaac Salas came in second at the Dirt Track Bank World Finals. But Dustin Sargent was really a tough one to beat out there, just trying to stay clean the best he could. Marty Zacala got all the fame on that one because he saw some great racing on that track. Charlotte is where they were racing, but tonight we're at Cedar Lake. Definitely good to see decent temperatures out there on the track. Definitely for this time of year, Wisconsin, you would think it'd be much worse, 82 degrees in the air. So, man, I'm just glad they're not racing in 10-degree weather like it is right now. But Dustin Sargent staying about a second, almost a second right in front of Joseph Canellis. Right now, Dustin Sargent out here making it happen. Dustin Sargent sitting fourth in the points. Right now, the two Sargent boys sitting 1 and 4th in the points run here in this division. Appreciate you guys joining us here at SimTraX Broadcasting or that Coast2Coast Racing Network, guys. Guys, hit that thumbs up, hit that like button, subscribe. Let me know what you think. I am kind of taking a peek out there in the chat. I can see you as long as you're on my channels, unfortunately. But let's go ahead and look at white flag is out, and it looks like Dustin Sargent. I mean, unless he puts this thing in park, I think he's pretty much got this Heat 1 for Heat 2 here. Yep, that'll do it. All right, Dustin Sargent, Joseph Canellis, and Greg Parmalee. I like that last name. Finishing in the 3rd position. Definitely kind of squaring this one off here. Let's see what we got coming up next. B Main is what we got here, guys. That, of course, B Main. Whew, man, I haven't run a B Main in so long. Gambler Motorsports is where it's going to be. Troy Force and Butch Baker out there, but I don't know if either one of these guys will be taking the track. I believe both these guys may be out of it this race. Yep, Looks like everybody's going to kind of be locked down here. Like I said, I just don't think either one of these guys is going to be out there on the track here tonight. Knew we had some penalties here, but I don't... looks like Michael Berthet. Nope, that's the wrong one, guys, here. Dustin Sargent will be one of them. For a Heat EOL, do not qualify. Mbach. Looks like Bob Curtis here. Looks like Bruce Hilton. And a lot of these guys are not here tonight. Got a few of them there in the Rebel Sprints coming up next. Roger Craig being one of them. Boydell and Gary Taylor. So definitely stacking up the field there for tonight. Interesting to see what they do behind this one. I want to give it to the race admins here of how we're going to go ahead and finish this race here when nobody's out there. Right now, the pace truck is on the track. Well, off the track, per se. And hopefully we're going to go ahead and push this to the next run. But we'll kind of see what we get going on out here. Let's see if I kind of round this up. Hopefully it'll kind of push it to the next session here. All right, everybody, and the B main looks like it's going to drag out here a little bit, so I've been able to chase down Roger Craig in the 747 here, who should be lining up, I believe, for the 360s in the Rebels division here tonight. Man, talk to me here. What do we got going on?
Well, we get a rare sort of aberration here with iRacing where if you have a B main, then we had enough drivers that there should have been one. I think it's advanced now, Patrick.
That it
so,
is.
I thought it would just run out, the 6-minute session. So that's actually a positive. So I'm going to let you go back to it if you want. And I look forward to hearing your call in the Rebels session as well, and see if I can knock off a little bit of rust.
Oh, yeah, man. Dude, we need to see you bring home a win here. I see you up at the top 7 competitions here, Roger. What are we doing here, man?
Well, you know what? I don't think a win's ever in the cards against the guys we're up against. But I'll tell you, there's always major competition in the Salty Dogs. We got 12 guys, and I think a lot of times in the Rebels, if there's 7 or more, it's a gold bone. So that's more valuable than a feature win to some of us. So, we'll keep an eye on that. And it's just a great night with a great bunch of guys and some great competition.
Yeah, man. Definitely, if guys are looking out for those gold dog bones, the NASCAR series seems to be where it is. At least 7 or 8 of you guys show up there, and at least somebody's coming away with one.
Well, yeah, I can't wait for tomorrow night, buddy. It's awesome, and I just can't thank you enough for stepping up, to cover for Marty tonight. And you always seem to get some sort of a weird thing happening. So tonight you got an empty B main.
That's all right, man. Hopefully that doesn't catch me off guard in the next one, man. I was just like, all right, well, I'm wondering how we're gonna get some laps done. I ain't got a car on the track. But all right, Roger, appreciate it, bud.
Thanks, man. Good luck, buddy.
Alrighty, everybody, and that'll, of course, bring us to our Flatline Racing Bodies 3-minute warm-up. Quality racing bodies produced by former NASCAR Regional Short Track Champion Dan Chapman in the iRacing hotbed of Clarence, Iowa. I only got about 5 cars out there on the track right now. Doesn't look like Greg Parmalee is going to give it another shot here to kind of see if he can smooth out the edges from that last run. Right now, Dustin and Kyle Sargent best in the room. Keep it up there on the gap, and you kind of see just the general area of where that is out there in the chat. Sheila Morrison, let's see. Well, that's pretty ridiculous. They did actually set up a race and nobody showed. they set it up. I think what happened is the B main is kind of that extra little push that these guys can use, especially if they get eliminated. B main is actually how you fight for the last chance to get back in for the final 2 to 4 rows into the feature. Don't have enough guys out here, and the people it did iRacing put into the room. That's what happened here, is the iRacing kind of put it into the room, and then it didn't quite know what to do with the situation that was at hand. So we go ahead, pushed it on through. We had a little chat here with Roger Craig, and we'll be able to go ahead and get back underway. Warm-up is wrapping up here, ladies and gentlemen. Excited I am for sure, as we're going to get to our Dirt Track Bank starting lineup here, as these guys are ready to go. Let's go ahead and take a look. Bud Molyneux starting in the front like we saw in that last heat. Dustin Sargent starting second. Neil Strauss third. Joseph Canellis in fourth. Kyle Sargent fifth. Greg Parmalee on the outside row of row 3. Brandon Dittmer in seventh. Butch Baker in eighth. And Troy Force in ninth. We'll see if any of these guys are out there on the track. I know we're kind of looking a little thin here, but this is, to me, from the outside looking in, this is Class C here, guys. So a lot of these guys have moved up. If you want to come join, this will kind of be where you start. You'll start in the D and the Rustlers, and then you'll move your way into the C factor here, and then move your way up. Coming up, we do have the B and the A's. Kind of where you place and how well you do. You come out here and you're like Dustin Sargent or Kyle, either one, and you're crushing this league. Obviously, you move up from there. This is a fixed setup as well, so no tuning is required. We're gonna go ahead and let a piece of iRacing be able to do its thing. What you see in the B and the A's requires setup from each one of these guys. They have to go and make a slight tweak to a spring, lower the tire pressure in the left front, or a combination of things. Definitely change how the wing angle is in the front, so things like that to kind of change the downforce. And then you see not only the driving skill, but some of these guys with the opportunity to show how well they can set this car up. Everybody drives different out here. Everybody has the same kind of itinerary. They have the same goal in mind, but whether they can reach that or not is back and forth at this point. Green flag is out as the Steve King pace truck is off. Dustin Sargent toward the outside line here, see if he can battle out there with Bud. Right now, excellent job here so far by that 377. Ooh, man, toward the top as we get going around here. Let's go ahead and get those pieces up onto the top of this 20-lap feature here tonight, guys. Definitely an awesome job here by the Ohsweken Speedway series as we get going here. Dustin Sargent still leading in the front. Looks like they're staying out there toward the bottom, riding that right rear tire up onto the cushion. Ooh, man, gets a little farther into it than he wanted to, kind of gets up into the wall, but man, really, it's not affecting that 1 second gap he has here at this point. Let's rotate it back here, a little more of a battle between Bud Molyneux and now Kyle Sargent. Kyle down toward the bottom, see if he can slide his way toward the top. And he gets it. Slide job executed perfectly here as he gets around into 1 and 2 again. Sliding their way on through. Man, only about 5 laps of this one complete. 6 as Dustin Sargent coming up. And right now, Dustin, Kyle Sargent, and Bud Molyneux 1, 2, and 3 at this point. Kyle has fought 3 places up, as well as Troy Force out there, showing he's moved around a little bit, but I do not see him out there on the track, unfortunately. Bottom 3 guys are not competing here tonight in our ticker. So let's look back here at Joseph Canellis in that number 1 car, battling out here with Greg Parmalee in the number 4. Definitely guys trying to make some good moves out here so far. Some of the Salty Dog Racing team trying to see if they can switch it up here just a little bit. Greg Parmalee in the sim racing concept, seeing if he can get a little something done here. Right now has a solid top 5 here, but oof. Looks like Joseph Canellis kind of kisses the wall just a little bit, but that's okay. These guys are still putting on a great race for you guys here tonight. And I tell you what, for some of those viewers out there, you know what I'm not seeing? A caution. I'm not seeing a caution. I think we might get through all 20 laps here cautionless, and that's not too bad. Normally we kind of see definitely some pile-ups on that Topside Tuesday, and I like saying Topside Tuesday because some of these guys end up upside down, especially in the 410s or those midgets. People like Patrick Spengler definitely some trouble out there. Stella, I've never watched on a Monday any asphalt racing on a Monday. No, we are all dirt, and the cars you see here, we're all dirt today. Asphalt will be tomorrow, but we already got Greg Parmalee under fire here by Joseph Canellis. Looked like he was trying to make a lane that wasn't there. Oof! Look out, Joe! Joe tries the slider down toward the bottom from the top. Does not get it complete here. Definitely pushing their way around. Looks like Kyle Sargent here. Still fighting his way in the front. 2-second gap between him and Dustin. Only about 5 laps left to go in this thing. Neil Strausser still pushing around here in that 4th position. Greg Parmalee in the 5th. Joseph Canellis still looking around that back end. Canellis looking for a top 5 finish here to see if he can improve his chances on the points chase. Joe Canellis obviously sitting in 8th. Where he's, oh man, that Mike done it. Riding that cushion toward the top. He's got the grip on that right rear tire, and he's able to push his way on the way out. He's got to be careful riding down the front stretch. As he's getting into the mountains toward the top, they're built up onto the wall. Joseph Canellis has broken away here. Solid top 5 looking for him. But it looks like Dustin Sargent not too far behind. Might be running into some lap traffic here, but only about 2 laps to go. Oof. 377 right there, clipping the wall. Look, what in the world? Looks like Kyle Sargent is now past him, and Dustin Sargent is around with only 2 to go. He has just kissed the lead goodbye here. White flag was out, but now the caution is out. Patience out there in the chat. Don't jinx it. Sorry, already did. Last lap caution here. And here we are. It looks like the 377 here. Dustin Sargent is heading down pit road now. This car may be actually totaled out on this one. Led every lap of this race until the final one here. Let's kind of roll it back here real quick. Brought to you by Malcolm Mills Mill Riding. Kind of got into the wall. You see where he caught that hump. Looks like he's got some right front damage here. Yeah, he's trying to keep it off the wall. Looks like some right front tire damage, and that may have been what kind of sealed the deal here. Boy, that is not what you want to see. Yeah, right now Dustin Sargent sitting in that 4th spot. Our points leader just took the lead. Looked to you know, kind of from the outside looking in, what seemed to be an absolute blowout here by Dustin Sargent has now overturned it here. And now he is actually in the back after a quick fix, but I just don't think there's enough time for Dustin to catch up here. So we'll keep an eye as it looks like they're already slinging by. Dustin Sargent on the outside. Here we go, running that cushion he's been running all night back into the wall. Definitely, he's got a magnet on that thing here tonight as he's trying to sacrifice the car at this point, actually never lifting. Away he goes, Sargent into 4th, looking for 3rd. Let's see if he gets it. Neil Strausser trying to see if he can block him out. Ooh, man. Definitely a shootout there. Kyle Sargent, Buddy Molyneux, Neil Strausser for 3rd. Sargent comes from the back, gets at least 2 more spots for a 4th place position. Definitely tough out there for some of these drivers. I hate to see it. Hate to see how some of it ended up here, guys. Wow. Definitely a good run here on the night. Let's go ahead to our race results. Let's take a peek at them. Some of these guys not too shabby on the job out there. Definitely tough. Definitely tough. I don't know what some of these other guys could do. Hopefully we'll be able to, like I said, catch up with some of these drivers out here. I do not see them locked and loaded here in the Discord. But it looks like Kyle Sargent may be here, so let's go ahead and have a chat with our race winner here tonight. Kyle Sargent, dude, what a wild run this was here tonight. It didn't look like you had the win.
No, definitely not. I don't know if I would have had anything for my brother or not. You know, I seen he kept tagging the wall and everything, and it was helping me out, but I think if he could have made just a couple good laps, he would have had it for sure. I just ran out of time.
Yeah, well, it didn't look like he sealed the deal, man. He led every lap this race and then tried to Ross Chastain it there right there toward the end, kind of riding that wall. I don't quite know what happened. How was the track holding up out there for you tonight?
You know, the track had plenty of traction in it. I mean, even a lane off the top you could run. I think he was trying to run, you know, a little bit over the cushion to get that drive off the corner and everything. And when he'd hit it, he was fast. I mean, there was no doubt about it. I think once I kind of started running the slider line in 3 and 4, might have helped me out a little bit once I started slicking off. But I don't know. Without that, I don't think I would have had him.
And yeah, definitely tough, man. I thought there was some wild things going on out there tonight. You have to forgive me. I am not usually here on Mondays. Are we gonna see you any more tonight, you or your brother?
I'm sure my brother will move up. I am very heavily considering it. That's for sure. I like Cedar Lake. It's a fun track, and I like racing here, so
All right,
might have to
man.
join you.
Like I said, it should be the Rebels here, and then we got the Renegades, man. Definitely, to me, the racing gets tougher and tougher up there the farther you move up, but fantastic job here tonight from the Cool Ray Victory Lane here, bud. But go ahead and give me your shout outs while I got you up here.
You bet. I'd like to thank DNT Designs, Black Bullet Racing, Nuke's Performance, Giddings Mobile Repair, um, W Energy, uh, all them guys helping us out every week. It definitely a big plus.
Alrighty, man. Kyle Sargent, great job here tonight, bud. Seeing that you are in the points lead, you will retain it. As Neil Strausser was right behind you, placed third here tonight, but he is second, so he's still in the chase. But hopefully we'll catch up with you later here tonight.
You bet. I hope to talk to you too.
Alrighty, man. All right, everybody. There's Kyle Sargent. That's going to move us actually to our third place finisher. Looks like he's locked and loaded, ready to go. Neil Strausser, you got a copy on me here, bud?
Copy.
All right, man. Dude, what a wild run this was. Were you nervous about Dustin Sargent kind of coming up after that wreck here tonight?
Yeah, I was a little nervous. I got a sloppy start there in the beginning. Got a little loose and jammed a couple people up. But yeah, I was a little nervous there towards the end.
Alrighty, look at what I'm noticing from a lot of these guys running up into the cushion. It's not a problem. It seems to be the front and the back stretch. Just the track seems to be changing the more you guys are driving here so far. Is there, from the outside here in the broadcast booth, is there anything going on the track that we need to be looking out for out there?
It definitely gets my car was definitely getting a little loose towards the top, going in there towards the end of the race there. So it definitely slicks off big time up top, in my opinion.
All right, man, dude. So I had a chat earlier with Kyle Sargent out there. How confident are you feeling so far going into the next round, whether it be the B or the A session here tonight? I mean, we're gonna see you in the following series.
Actually, I'm not moving on tonight. This was my last race for the night, so.
Oh man. Oh, the battle continues. Well, right now, seeing how you're doing in the points lead and everything else, man. Nine races here so far. This should be 10. Not a win yet, man, but so close every week. Hopefully, we'll see you actually next season move up to the B's, bud.
Yeah, hopefully that's the goal. Definitely to move up. I'm looking forward to racing with the bees.
All right, Neil Strausser, go ahead and give me a shout outs here, bud.
I just want to give a shout out to my fans out there in Utah. Finally got on in the interview for you guys.
All right, man. Utah, huh?
Yes, sir. My brother's out there watching.
All right, awesome, dude. He's out there watching, man. I haven't seen anything in the chat of him giving a thumbs up, a woohoo. Not even a checkered flag out there in the chat. I've been looking, but all right, man. Well, Neil Strausser, appreciate you joining us here tonight, and I guess I think I'll actually catch up with you tomorrow.
Yeah, you will. Hopefully, we finish pretty good there in the truck series tomorrow. We've been racing pretty good all season long, so hopefully we get to talk to you.
All right, man. Charlotte it is. I'll see you then.
All right, thank you. Have a good one.
All right, everybody. Neil Strausser in the 68. That brings us to Bud Molyneux. Definitely had the race cut out for him here tonight in that second place right now. Let's see if we can go ahead and catch back up with him. You guys weren't fast enough for these interviews, but Bud Molyneux is here. Man, dude, talk to me about the track out here tonight. Come on, Bud. I know you're out there. Oh, no. Oh, man. Come on, Bud. What are you doing here? All right. Well, I think if Bud wants to catch back up with me, hopefully we will be able to grab him. Guys, don't forget the Rebel Division is up next. Hopefully we'll be able to catch up with our second place finisher in the next round. He's got his work cut out for him. I think the battles on the track, including with sometimes with people's mics, are still, regardless, still tough to see and get done out here. But let's go ahead and let's switch over and find the guys for the Class B here run tonight, guys. Definitely I'm excited to see the Rebel Division here coming up next. No changing the track, but definitely changing some of these drivers and definitely the difficulty. But we'll be right back after this short break.
Hi, I'm Olivia Olson, Industrial Engineering Junior and club volleyball member here at Penn State. I'm very excited to say that Thon is right around the corner, just a month away. And for those of you that don't know, Thon is the largest student-run philanthropy in the entire world. They're committed to raising funds and supporting those who are affected by childhood cancer. This year, Thon is taking a very different meaning for me. Last March, just as the weather was getting ready to turn, we were all super excited to go play some more outdoor volleyball. One of my best buddies, Jesse King, went home for a routine checkup. Fast forward 60 days later, and he's just waking up from a medically induced coma. 6 months later, he's just being released from the hospital after being diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. Now, kid's a fighter. He made it through chemo, radiation, and he's currently battling his way through extensive cognitive and physical therapies. He's doing great. He's finally letting out some of that personality that we've all been missing for so long. Luckily, the King family, thanks to Four Diamonds, has yet to see a medical bill. There are a lot of families that can say the same out of all the good that's come out of this. So if you would like to join me and club volleyball in the fight against childhood cancer, please click the link to donate. Any size donation makes a world of difference for the King family and families alike. If donating at this time isn't the best option for you, please, 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 please share this video, because the more eyes on it, the better, and every dollar truly does make a difference. In addition, any thoughts, prayers, good vibes are always greatly appreciated, because we just want our best buddy back at school with us. All that being said, please always remember to never take anything for granted. Tell the people around you that you love them loud and often, and even the smallest acts can make a world of difference. Many thanks and lots of love from me and the club volleyball family and all of those being supported by Thon and Four Diamonds.
Good day, everyone. Today I wanted to talk about Movember. So Movember was started in 2003 in Australia and has become worldwide. For those unfamiliar, Movember is all about awareness of health issues for men. So a lot of men grow mustaches in Movember. That's where the name came from. And just so you know, I plan on celebrating Movember by having my prostate hocked out. So first of all, the prognosis is good because of early detection. So, and as a result of that, I have decided to declare myself the Coast2Coast Racing League Movember poster child for 2022. On a more serious note here, the average age of our league is 41. So if you're on the top side of that, you need to get tested regularly. I'm talking PSA tests, the rubber glove, 2 seconds of discomfort for maybe a lifetime of living. Also, colonoscopies, every 5 or 10 years or whatever your doctor recommends, but you need to get those done. So just reminding everybody, it's something men aren't comfortable talking about or doing. Everybody thinks they're a tough guy. Let's go out and get tested for the sake of yourself, but more importantly, for the sake of your family. And, as they say, the life you save may be your own. So we're all in this together, guys. Reach out. You can reach out to me, or more importantly, reach out to your doctor. And in closing, I just want to, I want to know if Marty Sakala is going to grow a mustache for Movember.
All right, everybody, we are back, and you wouldn't believe who I've been able to catch up with. Bud Molyneux here, man, our second place finisher. I think he just got that mic squared away. Dude, Bud, as we kind of round this one up here a little bit, talk to me about Cedar Lake, man. How was the track out there tonight?
Track started out pretty good for me. I was running in the middle low line. I knew Kyle was way faster, so I just tried to stay out of his way. Track started slicking off pretty good, so I was getting pretty loose out of the corners. So I was just trying to keep a hold of third there for a long time, and then second place spun. I'm thinking it was second place anyways. I got up in the second, but then I was just trying to hold off the guy behind me, so got to the checkered in second. So
I got you. Well, this will be your second top 5 in all these runnings you've been out here, man. Really, is this the track's kind of starting to come to you, and you're kind of feeling a lot more confident coming out here, or is it still pretty tough trying to get some of these sprint cars around here?
the sprints are still pretty tricky, but I'm getting a little faster. I'm getting to figure them out a lot better. So it's helping me out. I've had some help in the people telling me how to set them up. So
all right, man. Volusia is next week. How confident are you feeling for that track upcoming?
Oh, we'll see. I like the track, but I'm not sure I don't know if I've ran it in the 360s yet, so I might have to practice a little bit this week.
All right, man. Well, definitely appreciate you coming out here this Thanksgiving week, man. Hopefully we'll catch up with you again, bud. I appreciate you hanging out for so long through our commercial break there. But go ahead and give me your shout outs because I know you're ready for me.
Yeah, I'll just like to give a shout out to my wife for letting me race. Don't really have any sponsors, so I just like coming out and race and hopefully get better and get to at least a win at some point soon maybe early next season.
All right, man. Well, definitely Coast to Coast brings a different caliber of driver, and it's not really the bumping and banging and cursing over the air. You guys kind of hold the fort down. Everything stays nice and calm, and it's just about racing. Really a great place to be, and really, to me, it's even greater with you being out here. Bud Molyneux, appreciate you coming out here tonight, Bud. Fantastic job, and hopefully we'll catch up with you next week.
Yeah, thanks. Have a happy Thanksgiving.
There we go, Bud Molyneux. We're getting it done here, guys, as we take a little peek here at these guys starting to qualify here a little bit. These guys should be starting to get squared away out here on the track. Qualifying will commence momentarily here at Cedar Lake as we're taking a kind of the scenic tour of the area around Cedar Lake. Definitely as these guys get going, I want to keep in mind right now I'm showing 21 guys A-OK and ready to put onto the track at this point. Chad Cote, I'm expecting to see him do pretty well here tonight, especially after last week's showing. If I'm not mistaken, Chad Cote, Keith Jackson, Aiden Young, 1, 2, and 3. That, of course, those standings brought to you by A&J Custom Creations. Boy, it's going to be an awesome shootout here so far. Finishing up as we are right now, from what I'm seeing, do not qualify Heat EOLs or Craig Boydell and Gary Taylor out here tonight. I saw Roger Craig there, Gary Taylor, and Greg Boydell. So hopefully these guys are kind of squared away here a little bit. Serve those penalties, and let's move on. As we get out here on the track, quick race check. Let's see what we got. If the temperature has changed a little bit, 64 degrees, 71 in the air. This time, guys, out there on the race for tonight, keep in mind, Rebels Division, we have 25 laps in the feature. So definitely with these guys out here tonight, at least see 4 heats, and then we're going to go ahead and move on to our B main as the last fight to square into the last piece. So hopefully we'll see what we've got going on at that piece. Let's take a look right now into the qualifying session here, guys. Let's go ahead and get some of those fantastic times up. Qualifying is underway. I only got about 3 minutes to kind of get on it here. Joseph Grandy, I know, is a happy driver out there. He's already placed a fast time. Sitting in third as Brian Dickens takes the pole here so far. Fast time out of him. Joseph Canellis, we saw him in the last run. Here in the 5th spot, but watch out for the Sergeant. 6 and 7 here in our ticker toward the top. Hopefully we'll see a lot more drivers within that. Definitely good moves here. Let's see. Joseph Canellis into the 6th spot. Let's see where Zach Chapman ends up. There he is. Zach Chapman sitting in 8th. See a driver out there. Preston Kramer's here. Looking pretty good. Hoping that is not me. A little unusual to see Preston Kramer out here in an all-white car. Gonna double check everything and see if we can make daggone sure that is the color of his car. Let's see if anybody else, there he is, Chad Cote, there he is. He's rolling around the track. Let's see if he can put down a solid time here at Cedar Lake. About 30 seconds left in this one. He's got to put some times down here. There's number 12 is where he lands. Come on. And he's fast. Let's see how fast. Fastest one. Wow. Definitely just barely beat him by 0.02 of a second over Brian Dickens. Wow. What a run. What a run. Chad Cote. Fastest one out here. Holy cow. Excellent job. As it looks like it's going to wrap it up. Craig, Connor, Boydell, and Taylor are not qualifying right now. They'll be out there a little later on here tonight as we wrap up our qualifying session here. Let's get right to Heat 1, guys. Brought to you by Langton Mechanical. So far, so good out there. Let's see who we've got starting our grid. Andy Patton, Joseph Canellis, Donovan Ross, Chad Cote, Kurt Schatzer, Preston Cranmer. Out here in Heat 1, and Ralph Connor starting in the 7th position. Toward the front, waiting for a few guys to grid up. I know it takes a little bit out there trying to make sure we get everything as they line up behind the Steve King Foundation pace truck. Don't forget the Steve King Foundation was formed to help the dirt track racing community across the country by providing financial assistance to drivers, pit crew members, racing officials, track operation personnel, or the immediate families of those individuals who suffer serious injury, illness, or death. If you want to learn more, go to www.stevekingfoundation.org. Good place to kind of check that out. Preston Cranmer getting out there. Chad Cote, our fastest guy on the track. You see it's inverted, so it's set him toward the back. Andy Patton starting in the front row on the, looks like on the, I believe on the inside here of Joseph Canellis. See a good battle and push by these guys here toward the front. Looks like Roger Craig was saying, we may have a few dog bones up for grabs here tonight. We'll see how many. Canellis, Craig, Taylor. Holy cow! Yeah, we got the crew out here tonight. We have the crew out here tonight. As you see, the pace truck lights are off. We'll be underway for Heat 1, brought to you by Langton Mechanical. Man, what an awesome job. And you kind of take a peek there toward the inside. You'll see where the swamp used to be. They got the water moving there with a little water spout. Definitely not continue it being a swamp from where it started. But only 8 laps in this heat. This will help determine that first row here. Joseph Canellis is going to take off from the outside here. See if he can get around. You see the cushions built back up after they scuffed the track. Oof! Hard shot there by the number 11 of Chad Cote. Definitely didn't want to see Joseph Canellis slow up. Definitely fastest car hanging in the middle right here on the outside of Canellis. Chad Cote fighting his way toward the front. But he's got Devo to run down. Devo running in the 5 in second place as he watches Andy Patton pull away here. 6/10 of a second off the front nose of his car. Joseph Canellis toward the top, way into the rubble up toward the top. And now he's going to be under fire by Kurt Schatzer. Normally pro late model driver, making it happen here tonight in the Sprint 360s. Fighting on toward the bottom. Kurt Schatzer gets the slide job from the inside to the outside. He's got him. Canellis trying to return the favor. I don't think he's going to have the turn exit. As Preston Kramer dives toward the inside, and around they go. Devo saws off about another 10th off there, and it looks like Joseph Canellis is on the inside. Might have caught one of those tires. Let's rotate back up front. Devo running down Andy Patton here in the 87. See if Andy's got anything for him. See if we can get it underway here. Donovan Ross trying to battle here so far as they get around for this heat. Only a couple more laps to go here. White flag is out. Barney, you can see him throwing his shoulder out. Must have gotten that thing fixed over the weekend as he's back underway. This is only a second division so far. Plenty of heats to go. White flag is out, and let's see what they've got for us here. Andy Patton taking away the win in Heat 1. Donovan Ross coming in second, and Chad Cote third. Schatzer just on the outside of that cutoff spot, well, on the cutoff spot of 4, which puts Connor and Preston Cranmer on the outside on the cusp, where they may have to battle it out in the B main, which moves us to Heat 2, brought to you by Magnum Race Designs. Let's go ahead and talk about who is starting on the track here tonight. Jack Clevenger, Dustin Sargent, 1 and 2 right now. Joseph Grandy starting in 3rd. Brian Dickens starting in 4th. Richard Holland into 5. John Rayner into 6th, and our fellow Canadian Gary Taylor toward the back. Heat 2 brought to you by Magnum Race Designs. Magnum Race Designs offer iRacing wraps, hero cards, logos, flyers, and even t-shirt designs. If you're looking for a new design and you want attention to detail, competitive pricing, and fast turnaround times, check out Magnum Race Designs. The design on Facebook where you can contact them directly through Messenger. Magnum Race Designs is a proud sponsor of the Coast2Coast Racing League 358 Modified Division. These guys will be squared away here. Jack Clevenger and Dustin Sargent, definitely expect to see that 377. What happened last time, he's not going to be happy about what he just did, in that last run. He's going to try to push it out to the stretch of this one. Good Lord. Guys out there in the chat, you didn't even tell me I had the wrong one up there. We're running the Rebel League here. We are not the Raiders anymore. Come on, Stellar. What's going on out there? All right, there in the chat, looks like the pace truck is going to duck on off here. Back underway. Let's see if he squeezes away. I want to keep an eye here on Dustin Sargent. After how well he did there in the Raiders, he's going to put on a show for us here. But Jack Clevenger getting that amazing restart. Almost caught Joseph Grandy here sleeping on that inside line. Grandy going to have to fight for his life. Doesn't really have the lane he wants at this point, as Brian Dickens is now squeezing the door on him here. No idea how Grandy's going to get to the top if he wants to stay fast here. There we go. Now you figured out how he did it. It looks like he puts Brian Dickens into the wall. Gives him that little nudge with that right rear tire. There is no outside mirror on the right side, so they're having to guess where that tire is. But take a look at Dustin Sargent riding up into the cushion toward the top. Running to see if he can get some sort of turn entry here. Slide job initiated. Here it comes, right in front of Jack Clevenger. Gets it. Clevenger returns the favor, slides back up in front of him, and Sargent now back down toward the bottom. Back and forth these guys go, and now Clevenger playing defense. as Dustin Sargent is all over him, but the two of these guys battling out has now opened the door for Grandy. Grandy toward the inside, 3 wide toward the front, and Grandy gets it. Grandy down toward the bottom is that 518 car. Neon colors flying his way toward the front, up 1 position from where he started. Let's see if Grandy's got anything for him here. He's only got a couple more laps here left in this heat. Grandy toward the top, trying to see if he can find a little more traction here. As, Dustin Sargent clips that wall, and now he's around. Broken he is. Back to the backup car. Let's go ahead and stay here with Grandy. It looks like Dustin Sargent may be fighting in that B main to get into the feature here tonight. Grandy on the outside. White flag is out. Clevenger doing everything he can to watch for that slider. And no can do. Clevenger first, Grandy second, Brian Dickens in third, and Richard Holland fourth. Was Dustin Sargent, Rayner, and Gary Taylor 5, 6, and 7. Definitely good shootouts here, the guys tonight. I don't know about you, but this is awesome. That's going to bring us to our third heat, guys. Third heat brought to you by the Salty Dogs Racing Team. You'll obviously see a bunch of them racing out there tonight. Keep in mind, they are a racing team composed of many of the senior members of the Coast2Coast Racing League who have been released from the home to create havoc and chaos on the track. So whenever 3 or more dogs are on the racetrack, a dog bone will be awarded to the highest finisher. And not just a dog bone, a gold dog bone at that. So let's go ahead and take a peek at who's on the track right now. Kevin Fry, Zach Chapman starting in the front row. Aiden Young and Kyle Sargent, 3 and 4. Stephen Bixler and Greg Boydell starting in that third row. And Roger Craig will be on the backside here. Not able to get a qualify here. So let's see if Roger Craig can fight his 747 toward the front. Interesting deal out there in that 747. You kind of see on the side of his car, he's got kind of a thing where it says a pit side podcast is there on the side of his car. Tune in to them, and then you'll see Preston Cranmer and Roger Craig, the VP and the president here of the Coast2Coast Racing League. They kind of have interviews with the drivers, guys who, have won, kind of one of those things to see how it kind of tumbles back and forth, how broadcasters out here are doing, how racers out here are doing, how racers of the dirt track bank are doing, and they're able to kind of, I think once a month, if not every 2 weeks, these guys round out a new one. I think even my ugly face was on there. But Heat 3 getting started up here. Green flag will be out momentarily. Flying Fry here in the front in that 21 machine. Let's see if he can get anything. Oof. Somebody's already on the wall. Looks like Kyle Sargent. Wow. After a race last time, he said he was definitely thinking about it, and he's not happy about that start. Boy, that's going to send him for a loop for the feature here. As Flying Fry toward the front. Zach Chapman in second. Definitely doing awesome there on the asphalt. Let's see how well he's doing here. As he's trying to stay down toward the bottom is Aiden Young, who's now been putting a clinic on in the Xfinity Series, is fighting his way toward the front. And now Aiden Young, who's a very fast pro late model driver, staying in the front in his 360 at this point. See if he can run down Kevin Fry. All right, now Greg Boydell sitting in fourth, seeing if he can take a peek here on Zach Chapman. Doesn't look like a battle for the lead just yet. About a quarter of a second off the backside of Kevin Fry toward the front with only about 2 laps to go once we reach the line. Aiden Young starting to put the moves on him here. Let's see. Initiate the slide job. Does the 69 have the turn exit? Does not. Track may not be slick enough for that 69 to go ahead and get that through here. We saw it work for Grandy, no problem. Oof. Yeah, got way up in the rubble there. Mountains that are building up on the outside of the track here. White flag out. Kevin Fry starting to take off here. Now I get why they call him Flying Fry. Away he goes. 21 machine going to come away with a heat win here. Last ditch effort by Zach Chapman here. Get that third position. So Kevin Fry, Aiden Young, and Zach Chapman for Heat 3. Brings us Greg Boydell and Stephen Bixler into 5th. Roger Craig came 7th or 6th. Now I believe Kyle Sargent came 7th. That moves us to our B main here, ladies and gentlemen, brought to you by the Gambler Motorsports team. Gambler Motorsports is an esports racing team that competes weekly across the iRacing platform. This team has drivers entered into dirt races, sports cars, asphalt oval, and even compete in endurance races. This year, they will have drivers in the prestigious 24 Hours of Daytona and Le Mans. Go to Gambler Motorsports on Facebook and follow them, guys. Go ahead and check them out. I want to check out right now at this point after I look, after we look at this, look at them. But let's look at Ralph Connor, Dustin Sargent here in the front row. Steven Bixler and Preston Kramer starting in the second row. Third row, John Rayner and Roger Craig. Oh, we'll see Roger Craig load up here in just a second. Joseph Canellis into seventh. Gary Taylor in the 8th position starting on row 4. And the final row is Kyle Sargent. Definitely, we saw how fast he was in the Raiders. Now we're in the Rebels. What has he got for us here? This is, to me, where I see one of the faster guys here on the track in the extreme back of the field. And he's got to battle his way toward the front to get into the feature here tonight. Definitely want to keep up with that here at this point. I know a few of our salty dogs out there are having going to be kind of battling here toward the front. Joseph Canellis being one of them. I believe John Rayner, Steven Bixler, and Gary Taylor. So I know at least 4 salty dogs here are going to be kind of battling their way in this B main to fight their way into the into the feature, guys. And really, that's not what you like doing, is being on this cusp to see if they can squeeze it, knowing the amount of drivers out here that may or may not be a cutoff. Like I said, I believe there are 21 drivers here locked and loaded, ready to go in this one. And maybe they'll be able to kind of square it away. Pace truck is off. Both sergeants here in the B main. Very unusual. But we'll see how this gets done. Dustin Sargent kind of kissed it off the wall earlier, and then Kyle Sargent into the wall. In the last heat, boy, man, he rides that wall close. 77 in the wall again. Definitely not liking how wide these tires are here tonight, and is what I believe Roger Craig may be around. Oh my gosh. All right. Guess we're breakdancing out there tonight in the 747. Let's go ahead and rotate up here. It looks like, oh, John Rayner now in the wall. And that's not what you want to see. There is no cautions here in the heats. So now John Rayner is broken. Ralph Connor is broken. Roger Craig, he's trying to salvage what he's got left of this. If he can kind of continue this and these guys kind of totaling each other out, they'll have a chance. But remember, I said one of the fastest guys from the back. Here he is battling for this 3rd position. Kyle Sargent on the top. So at 91, trying to see if he can catch his brother who's in the front. But Preston Kramer may have something to say about that, as they've already got about a 2nd lead in front of the 2 of them. Halfway through this B main here toward the on this run here, I want to keep in mind Dustin Sargent. We saw what happened last time, and I definitely know he does not want to repeat this. Going into the feature, he wants to make it into the feature here tonight. Battle around there, and definitely it takes a lot of skill. You see how he's riding around that top groove. Definitely wants to touch it there and get going. That puts Roger Craig a lap down here. Stays down toward the bottom and let these other faster guys get around. Definitely, if you got a damaged race car, I wouldn't want to get into the way. So Dustin Sargent, from right now, the way it's looking, I said we would have won the Raiders, but, you know, here I am. The 77 is getting across. He should be bringing the white flag out here. Preston Kramer close in behind him. But he's got a 2nd to make up here. Definitely doesn't seem reachable at this point. So Dustin Sargent should be coming around and bringing the checkered flag. Preston Kramer in 2nd, Kyle Sargent 3rd, and Joseph Canellis. Look at that. Good battle there. Ooh, what in the world? What was that? What was that? They kind of Roger Craig kind of flew off the track there. Definitely wanted to end up back in pit, I guess. All right. I was going to bring us to our 3-minute warm-up here, guys. They're going to kind of smooth it out here just a little bit. We'll take a few looks at the track. Stella, can you see that again? Because we have moved to a new session, I would love to. But it seems we kind of got away from that on that one. Definitely a heartbreaker. That was so fast I hardly saw it. 747. Shot in the pit. I mean, at Mach 3. That was crazy. Oof. Man, Roger Craig just can't seem to get a break out here. Taking a peek at him during the warm-ups, kind of clipping into a few guys here. Definitely, I think it's going to be a good shootout with a lot of these drivers out there on the track here tonight. Definitely good battle. Ah, dad joke. I like that Stella dad joke. The 747 took off. Ah, ha, ha, ha. Ah, I'm laughing. All right. But that brings me to another point. I'm not saying these guys don't have the talent here, but definitely some mix-ups out there on the track, which brings me to the Coast2Coast Racing School. Check out C2C Racing School when you guys join. That the league's top drivers have volunteered to help the league's drivers improve their driving skills free of charge. They'll be offering help on various skill sets such as qualifying, driver lines, driver awareness, and setup advice. Go to c2crl.com and schedule a session. To me, I would be looking at champions who's won things like this. Sergeants are definitely fast here in the 360s. I would be talking to Schatz or Aiden Young. In the pro late models, I would be checking Bob Light into the road course cars. Definitely Dan McLaren, Bob Light, or Zach Chapman. Talk to those guys in any of the asphalt series. Aiden Young, especially in the Xfindies. And you'll be able. I think from the outside looking at, I think you can request a driver and see if they can find a time to schedule with you and get kind of work on it out there. I've considered doing a little bit of it, trying to see if I can improve my dirt game. I know I'm A-OK on asphalt. I think some of these guys are a heck of a lot faster than I am. But definitely something I might, if you're here and you want to race, definitely something you want to look into here. But let's go ahead and take a look here at our feature here, guys, for our starting grid, brought to you by the Super Dirt Car Series. Super Dirt Car Series is the Northeast premier showcasing big block modifieds, premier drivers from Florida to Canada. The Super Dirt Car Series visits some of the most exciting dirt track in front of the biggest crowds. The ground-pounding, earth-shattering, window-rattling beast of the Northeast is the Super Dirt Car Series, brought to you right in front with Andy Patton and Jack Clevenger, bringing you the front row. Kevin Fry in third, Donovan Ross fourth. Joseph Grandy will be starting in the fifth position with Aiden Young sixth. Chad Cote seventh, Brian Dickens eighth. Zach Chapman into the ninth position. Kurt Schatzer will be actually starting in the 10th position, so hopefully we'll see how he fares here tonight. Richard Holland into the 11th, and Greg Boydell starting in the 12th position. Rotating to the back here, Dustin Sargent and Preston Kramer starting in the 7th row. Kyle Sargent will be starting actually behind his brother exactly in the 15th area, with Joseph Canella 16th. Steven Bixler starting 17th with Gary Taylor 18th, and rounding out our 10th row here, Roger Craig 19th and Ralph Connor in 20th. John Rayner, unfortunately, with a lot of mess-ups here, kind of during some of these heats, will be bringing our 21st position here at the back of the track. Hey, it kind of heartbreaking for some of these guys, definitely with the battles they've been having here all night, but they always have a chance to fight their way back to the front. As you saw Kyle Sargent battling his way into the front, he was able to make it happen here. This being the B class here, guys, definitely stay tuned for what we've got coming up next for sure. In the A class, we'll be moving to the Renegades. A lot of fast drivers there and a lot of grudges going to be happening. But definitely some of the best drivers here in the Coast2Coast Racing League. But first and not least, let's stay with the Rebel League. These guys are definitely going to battle it out here. Full field from what I'm seeing here, guys. Definitely from the outside looking in. Look at that field. Excellent job by all these drivers. So let's see how Jack Clevenger and Donovan Ross in the front row get squared away here. Look at them squeezing real close together here. Joseph Grandy kind of backs up the turn here. Kind of zoom in on him here in a second and see if these guys spread out a little bit. A little nudge here from Aiden Young. All right, let's get a little closer to these guys. Here's Devo leading the race. Clevenger's got something to say about that as they dive toward the as he dives toward the outside here. You see the 78 get a little bit of that cushion. See if he's got that turn exit, and he does. Side by side, these two guys are for the lead, as they've got something to prove here. Let's see if Devo's got anything for him. It just seems that top line is the way to run here at Cedar Lake. Until that slide job you were ready to kind of initiate is not the place to be. Let's see if Flying Fry down toward the bottom of Joseph Grandy. He's able to make a breakaway here. Oh, there we go. I'm on iRacing. I know Kevin Fry out there definitely blinking around Joseph Grandy. He saw kind of closed his eyes and opens them real quick, and there he is. Back around they go. Aiden Young battling for the third spot up front, and he does. He gets it. Right around Andy Patton he goes, and now Devo's the next one on the list. Oh, we'll see if Devo has got anything for him. Here's Aiden Young toward the top. Definitely, you see him triangulate that turn and just having that confidence to throw the car in there. So close to the wall, expecting that right tire to grab a hold of him, push him back toward the front. Let's see how Chad Cote's doing, seeing if he's getting anything here on Joseph Grandy. Grandy having to back up that turn as he's jammed up by the 122 of Brian Dickens. Caution. Fast driver of our Pro Late Models, Kurt Schatzer, is down. Caution is out. Looks like we got some damage, at least to the wing as well. Let's go ahead and see if we can get a quick rundown of what happened here. Malcolm Mills, mill riding the replay here. Let's take a look from the top side. Nothing seen here, so... You see how it's kind of building up there? Oh, man, this was... Oh, wow. Man, he's lucky he landed on the wheels. Oof. All right, let's see if we can take another peek at this. See what in the world happened here. Seemed to be doing fine. And then from the top, ooh, caught that lump right there. Here it comes. Yep, that's what, and you kind of see the dirt build up here, and it bucks him right over the end. Yeah, he's lucky he didn't come with more damage than he did. Shows the 75 car got into him. Of Steven Bixler, definitely my totaled that race car here. Jack Clevenger going to be bringing us through the green flag, and he does. Away he goes. Wait for that pace truck to get off the field here, and away. Yeah, man, he's able to just kind of make the separation here. Let's rotate back here a little bit to Brian Dickens, who's on the bottom here of Kevin Fry. Kevin Fry gets the squeeze. Oh man, caution back out, but it is not the 122 who gets it this time. As we kind of kept an eye on him to see if anything happened. Looks like. We'll kind of rotate back. It shows I have a Kyle Sargent problem here. Let's kind of see what happens to him. See if we can get it going here. He nudges the wall. Oh. I think the two Sargent boys connected. Kyle gets the worst of it here. We'll see if anything happened to Joseph Canellis. It shows that he got in some trouble as well. I don't know if it was from avoiding the wreck here. Boy, he caught it, and then, yeah, just boop. That might have been it for him. Wow. All right, so we'll see if Kyle Sargent's able to get back out all there on to the track. Showing him rolling around here at this point. There he is. I'll be able to kind of square that one away. Right now, Clevenger's still leading this race here. Definitely has got to be feeling good about his times here so far. See what he's got for us. The green flag should be coming right back out, and away he goes. Good racing here so far. Watch for Aiden Young here. Aiden Young is not one to slouch on, but now we're kind of cautions are collecting here. I think some of these guys are starting to get kind of mixed up here. Let's take a look here at Kevin Fry. So we're looking, so is Kevin Fry, but that is not Kevin Fry. All right. All right. I want you to show me Kevin Fry. Show me what happened here. speed. Kevin Fry, does Brian Dickens, oh! Now let's see if any wreck avoidance. Oh, Roger Craig, no! Roger Craig hammers him here, and I think that may be a tow. Oh, alright, get out the wrecker, because it looks like Kevin Fry is now down pit road at this point. He's going to be battling for, maybe in the next round here. Bunch of cautions out here on this one. Definitely bringing out our Malcolm Mills mill riding replays based in Oakland, Ontario, Canada. Malcolm Mills Mill Riding is a full-service mill riding contractor featuring custom welding, fabricating, and servicing industrial clients. Look them up at mmmillwriting.com or Malcolm's Mills Mill Riding on Facebook. Right now, as long as Jack Clevenger keeps these restarts, he should have a solid finish here tonight. We're not counting any caution laps, so definitely got to be careful here. Losing a little bit of fuel out of the tank, which just is going to make him even faster. And he's showing that off right now as he's got a half-second lead over Devo at this point. There we go. Clean lap here so far here, ladies and gentlemen, as I think we're going to kind of knock it out here a little bit. I think a few guys are starting to bump and bang. As Chad Cote definitely squeezed right in the middle here, as he's going to see if he can come out in front of Brian Dickens. And he does, leaves Dickens into the, behind him. Joseph Grandy seeing if he can find some sort of speed here in that 7th position as he's flying right in between the two of them. Preston Kramer up 6 positions so far, sitting in 8th. But we'll see if Dustin Sargent's got anything to say about it here. A lot of damage to that 77 here. As you see him once again still kind of clipping this wall here. Definitely good driving by everybody here so far. Looks like we kind of cleaned up our act here. Some drivers got definitely some paint of the other drivers here. Roll bars are getting bent. The battle still ensues here. Dustin Sargent seeing if he can get any kind of speed here. Looks like he might be stalling out here just a little bit before he can fight his way back to the front. Right now, Devo wishing he had a rocket booster behind him because Clevenger has now left him by about 2 seconds here. As he's now under fire here by Aiden Young. Aiden Young looking for that 2nd place finish here. But he's got 5 laps to kind of figure it out. Dragging along the front stretch, back shoot for most of these guys. Front stretch is where we're meeting Aiden Young, seeing if he's got anything for him here. As the track is now starting to break down and we're getting very, very slick. You see the cushion is starting to kind of mellow out here. So Aiden Young is going to start riding this top line here and definitely expect to see him try to slide around Devo here. As Devo's trying to still utilize this bottom line here. Battle for 2nd. Starting to heat up. Aiden Young in the 69. Here we go. Come on. Does he have anything here for Devo? Oh, he's got him at this point. Right now, if he's got the turn exit, he might just have him. Side by side, these guys go. 22 laps out of the 25. Running up on some lap traffic here. Good job by most of these guys to try to stay out of the way. Don't want to stop in the track as Aiden Young has now completed the pass here. Let's see how Zach Chapman's doing back here with Joseph Grandy. Joseph Grandy trying to see if he can slide around here as we took a look up toward the front. Looks like Dustin Sargent has battled up 8 positions and now has a top 5 finish here as we get around the track. So far in this league here, guys, right now, Class B, Cote, Aiden Young, and Devo, 1, 2, and 3. At this point, Cote in the 4th position. Donovan Ross sitting 3rd, and Aiden Young sitting in 2nd. But I don't think anybody was going to catch Jack Clevenger, as Clevenger comes away with just an absolute domination here at Cedar Lake. That 77 machine was fast. Definitely fast out there. I know some of these guys definitely wanted to give it another shot, try to see if they had anything for him. But, man, just absolutely put on a clinic here on this racetrack. Great job by all these drivers out here so far. And you can see that Jack Clevenger won by 2.8 seconds. That's a lot, you know, especially when we're only running about 12, just under 13-second laps, and you're leading by 3. Definitely good drive by all our drivers out here. Let's see if we can catch up with some of them here. See if old Devo's ready for us. Kind of catch these guys, get them rotated up and ready. Jack Clevenger made it happen as well. Both these guys on the sim racing concepts. That is going to move us to our race finishers here tonight. All righty. Let's see if we can bring up Devo here. All right, now Donovan Ross. Let's see if we can get him here. Donovan Ross, you got a copy on me here, bud?
Go ahead, sir.
All right, Devo, man, third in place and points here tonight, but third overall for the finish. How's Cedar Lake holding up for you out there?
Man, I can't stand that place. I wish we'd get off some of these short. Yeah, good enough. We got her up here. You know, kind of held Aiden up through the middle of the race. I could see Chad climbing the point, you know, on the relative there, see him coming up through there. So I know I had to try to stay at least as far forward as I could. Otherwise, just kind of irrelevant. You know, he's getting such a big lead that he's about got this thing wrapped up.
Yeah, man. Well, the mountains are definitely starting to build up there on the outside of these turns. I think that cushion just wore away a lot faster than some of these guys would have hoped. Was it the same for you?
Yeah, I wasn't any good on that stuff. I was hoping the middle would come back in, and yeah, Jack Clevenger, he classed the field there. He put it on us. So, like I said, roll in the trailer and get on out of here.
All right. Well, I do see you have competed in the Renegades. Will I see you there?
Yeah, I would probably go in there and see if I can get frustrated.
Atta boy, that's what I like to hear. All right, man. Well, go ahead and give me a shout out, so let's get you ready for that session.
Yep. Thank Radine. You guys doing the broadcast, Roger for the league. You know, seems a good group of guys that race every week, and yeah, just continue it on through the rest of the season and go from there.
All right, Donovan Ross. They call you Devo, man. Great job here tonight. I'll catch up with you in the next session.
Yep. Take care. Thank you.
All right, everybody, there is Devo. That moves us to our second place finisher here tonight, Aiden Young. I've been talking to him a lot here lately, and let's go ahead and see what he all has for us here tonight. Aiden Young in the 69 machine. Man, I've been talking to you a lot here lately, bud.
Yeah, you have.
All right, well, seems asphalt, you know, like I said, you're getting back in asphalt, you're winning there, and right now you come away with a second place finish here tonight. Second in points, second finish here tonight. Little chat here with Donovan. Really, how was the track holding up for you?
Man, the track was perfect for me. I was just trying to be smooth with throttle control and just keep the tires underneath me.
All right, man, dude. What else could you have done to kind of run down Jack Clevenger?
Yeah, probably another caution would have helped me, but who knows?
Yeah, definitely try to help squeeze it together, man. He started getting about a 2-second lead off the front nose of you there, bud. When Donovan said he felt bad kind of blocking you there a little bit there toward the end of the race, or you might have been able to kind of run him down. Man, I have seen you actually competing in the Renegade division. Well, I see you coming up here in a little bit.
Yes, sir.
Oh, dude, man, I love it when people got a full plate here tonight. All right, man, well, hopefully with Chad Cote coming in fourth, I know you're definitely trying to reel him in. Both you guys have 3 wins, but neither one of you got wins here. And Aiden, man, if you were here 2 more races, you would have had as many as he has. And I think you might have the lead here, dude.
Yeah, I wish I would have not missed them 2 weeks, but oh well.
All right, man, things happen. Dude, go ahead and give me a shout-out, and let's get you for the Renegades.
Yeah, I gotta thank the whole Gambling Motorsports team as always, and obviously you for broadcasting, doing an excellent job, and Cool Ray for being on the car each and every week, and my family for letting me do this.
Alrighty, Aiden Young in the 69 machine, man. Can't wait to see you. I know I'll even see you tomorrow, but let's see you in the Renegades next. Great job tonight, bud.
Thank you.
All right, everybody. Aiden Young, which brings me to our Cool Ray finisher here tonight. Definitely where people want to be. You know, that's exactly how you want to finish this race here, especially like Jack Clevenger. I mean, really, it didn't seem like anybody put up a fight. I think his biggest task tonight was avoiding a lot of lapped cars out there tonight. But let's talk a little bit about our Cool Ray Heating and Air Conditioning Victory Lane here. They are proud of their reputation for providing excellent cooling, heating, plumbing, and electrical service to their homeowners and businesses in Georgia. Their mission is to continue building long-lasting relationships with their customers through their winning spirit and commitment to 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Keep in mind, these guys did just build in Nashville, so it's awesome to keep up there. But that motivates us to our race winner here tonight, Jack Clevenger. Dude, you know they're going to take apart your car for this win here tonight, right?
Yeah, I was waiting for the hammer to fall and everybody to catch up with me there. Kind of surprised myself.
All right, well, I was going to say, there was something underneath the hood of that car. That thing was insanely fast tonight. You won by almost a 2-second lead here tonight. Really, to me, what is there out there on the track? Were you even concerned about a thing?
Well, on the initial start there, Andy kind of dropped back, and I ended up getting the black flag for passing the leader, and I kind of explained my situation, and they took care of that for me, so I appreciate that. And then, the curb gets a little hairy coming out of 2, and then you got to cheat it getting into 3 so you can get a good exit off. But now the car was good, and kind of worried about lap traffic there, but it seemed to work out.
All right, man. Sitting 5th in the points. This is going to go ahead and get your second win here on the year. It should definitely tighten up the race between you and Kevin Fry. I don't believe Kevin Fry was actually able to do too well with a late wreck, placing him into the 20th position. So this will definitely help you reel him in to get farther into the top 5 here, man. Will we see you into the Renegade division?
Yeah, I'll be up there to see if learn a little bit more from those guys.
Boy, I see you sitting 22nd position. I definitely know. To me, man, I'd be happy just to be on the points run. I'd definitely be in the backpack of every single one of these, man. But dude, that thing was insanely fast tonight, and I can't wait to see what you got coming up for us next. So go ahead and give me your shout outs, and let's get you ready for that one.
I'd just like to thank Radine and Devo and you for the broadcast, Roger and the guys for the league to race in, and yeah.
Oh, man, dude. I like it. Yeah. All right, man. Jack Clevenger in the 78 machine tonight, man. Hopefully I'll catch up with you again here in Victory Lane.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
All right, everybody. Jack Clevenger in the 78. That is going to move me, of course, to our next round here. It's going to be starting here. It's definitely going to be a good pile up. Like I said, fortunately, I was able to catch up with all of our guys here, 1, 2, and 3. But let's go ahead and rotate to the Renegades. It's going to be a little bit, I think, before they are ready. Definitely good racing here as we're looking at Kurt Schatzer kind of kissing it off the wall there. Man, definitely a lot of great driving. 21 drivers out there on the track. I'm excited to see what's coming for the Renegades. We'll be right back after these commercials, and we'll kind of see what kind of times they can put down.
Hi, my name is Olivia Olson. I am an industrial engineering senior and club volleyball member here at Penn State.
And I'm Alex Ryan, a computer science senior and another club volleyball member. And we're excited to announce that we're planning to dance in Thon 2023.
Thon is a 46-hour, no sitting, no sleeping dance marathon aimed towards raising funds to support those affected by childhood cancer. It is the largest student-run philanthropy in the entire world. We'll be dancing in honor of one of our best friends, Jesse King. Jesse is also a part of club volleyball, but a lot of us would consider him family. Immediately, freshman year, Alex and I clicked with Jesse and all the other new members of club volleyball. We went to the dining hall together for a lot of our meals, spent weekends together, and ended up going on vacations together. It really does feel like family to us.
Going into junior year, Jesse was supposed to live with myself and a few of our other friends, but he was diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma in March of 2021. He's been through chemotherapy, it's been a year since he's finished radiation, and we can officially say that he has no active cancer. Currently, he is undergoing physical and cognitive therapies.
Thanks to Thon and Four Diamonds, the King family and many other families have yet to see a bill related to medical expenses, hotels, parking, gas fees, and all other related travel expenses. It just goes to show that every dollar raised truly does go a distance. It allows families to focus on the recovery of their child as opposed to financial stress.
Because of this, we've got to spend a lot more time with Jesse and his family, who are the nicest people in the world. They throw awesome tailgates, and every time we see them, a little bit more of the Jesse that we know and love peeks through.
Until then, we are fully committed to the mission of Thon and Four Diamonds by raising funds to support the Kings and all the other families affected by childhood cancer.
With Thon less than 100 days away, we're asking that you consider donating. Regardless of the amount, it will make an immense impact. To donate to our donor drive, please scan the QR code or click the included link.
If donating isn't in your cards today, please share this video with those around you. Help us get our fundraising past the finish line.
This is a race that families can't afford to lose.
Good day, everyone. Today I wanted to talk about Movember. So Movember was started in 2003 in Australia and has become worldwide. For those unfamiliar, Movember is all about awareness of health issues for men. So a lot of men grow mustaches in Movember. That's where the name came from. And just so you know, I plan on celebrating Movember by having my prostate hocked out. So first of all, the prognosis is good because of early detection. So, and as a result of that, I have decided to declare myself the Coast2Coast Racing League Movember poster child for 2022. On a more serious note here, you know, the average age of our league is 41. So if you're on the top side of that, you need to get tested regularly. I'm talking PSA tests, the rubber glove, 2 seconds of discomfort for maybe a lifetime of living. Also, colonoscopies, every 5 or 10 years or whatever your doctor recommends, but you need to get those done. So just reminding everybody, it's something men aren't comfortable talking about or doing. Everybody thinks they're a tough guy. Let's go out and get tested for the sake of yourself, but more importantly, for the sake of your family. And, as they say, the life you save may be your own. So we're all in this together, guys. Reach out. You can reach out to me, or more importantly, reach out to your doctor. And in closing, I just want to, I want to know if Marty Sakala is going to grow a mustache for Movember.
Alrighty, everybody, and we are back, ready for the Renegade Division. It's going to be a good one here tonight. It should be brought to you by the Dylan Westbrook racing team here tonight. I want to talk to you a little bit about the All About Tie-Dye standings here tonight. Brennan Lacey right now leading the charge on the points running here tonight. 45 points behind him. John Hine came second, Tyler Wilson third, Kyle Moonen fourth, and Brandon Dittmer fighting for that fifth position. Right now, Jeffrey Kemper, we're kind of reeling him in there, sitting in sixth. Definitely a good battle that we're going to see there. Once again, we still are in Cedar Lake. Right now, we're taking a look at Terry Landis. Kind of flying through here. A couple of guys crashing here so far. Out there on the track, Patrick Spangler, Brandon Templeton, the two fastest guys on the track at this point. Both of them with an 11.3. Definitely different than what we've been seeing most of the night. Like I said, all these cars out here are the same. They're all the 360s. But now we're starting to deal with different kinds of setups. And these guys definitely changing them up something fierce here. So the fastest guys out here on the track are going to be pulling about 30-second laps here for the Monday Night Madness. Let's take a look on our race info, what we've got going on here tonight. 30 laps, like I said, going to be getting done. Temperatures cooled down, warmed up about a degree or so on the track. About 70 degrees, 80 degrees in the air temp, so this is actually kind of heated up a little bit, so definitely good for these guys. Brought to you by the Tim Chapman Racing front driver of the pre-race show. Let's see if we can have a little peek here. Not too shabby from all these drivers. Definitely expect to see a lot of fast ones out here tonight. Want to make sure we squeeze in our C2C Speed Shop Driver of the Week. This is where the iRacing meets real racing. There's much to see, so check out all the neat apparel and gifts at the Coast2Coast Racing League and our partners. Go to c2crl.com for more information. As I'm there looking now for our Driver of the Week 9, Joseph Grandy was the Driver of the Week. Back there, started 15th in the 358 division, drove all the way to P6, passing 9 cars. Also started in the P14 last week's Rebel race, and drove also to P6, passing 8 cars. If I'm not mistaken, I believe I saw him last week win the 358 division in front of Isaac Salas, who I do not see out here on the track here tonight either, which I still wonder where that my man is out there, but hopefully we'll see some of our usual drivers out there tonight. You guys have seen this place before, who is out there and really what we've got in store for you guys here tonight. Couple spotters are out of the tower, starting to kind of get cleaned up. A few guys are heading home, but hopefully a few more spotters will get into the booth here, because they've got a lot of guys out there who are going to be definitely hard-pressed to figure out where the best place to run here on the track is, as a lot of guys are getting squared away. 2 minutes left to go here in the practicing session. Let a few more guys get some laps down. Jack Clevenger right now sitting in the 16th spot here in practice, especially after that last win we just saw. So 22nd in points, 16th in practice. So definitely you see these guys are definitely starting to open it up here. They're definitely the time it takes to set these cars up is definitely proven to be some trouble for a lot of these drivers out here, but hopefully we'll be able to kind of squeeze them all together out there in the chat. Stella, we were talking about trading paint out there, and you kind of said let Grandy's paint, and they'll all be a little prettier. Well, we'll see if I do not believe Joseph Grandy is out here in the Renegades session here tonight. Who I kind of want to see, actually, is Kyle Moonen. Hopefully we'll see Kyle Moonen get out here and play some faster times. I know he's been actually putting great racing out there so far during the Asphalt Series. But it looks like, yeah, if I'm not mistaken, that should be Barney in the booth right now, waving the flag, kind of saying that is enough. Let's go ahead and get to our qualifying session here, where these guys are going to place down some solid times. Hopefully we'll see what these guys have to allow here. Qualifying session is up. Let's take a peek actually at John Hine, one of our guys second in points here so far. Let's see what he's got for us here tonight. Definitely glad to see John Hine out here tonight for the Gambler Motorsports team. Boy. close. As you see, Aiden Young just beats him. But now these guys are definitely racking up. John Hine look a little nasty there through 3 and 4. I don't think he's going to be real happy about that turn there. So about middle of the field, he will end up for the heat. So maybe he'll be starting in the front of the heats. Out there in the chat, Stellar Moonin for the win on asphalt lately for sure. You were right about that. Brendan Lacey, our points leader here. Already grabbing the pole at this point. Top of the chart. Jeff Floro, 7th in points. Sitting in 2nd, but I'm waiting to see if Patrick Spangler can pull a rabbit out of his hat here. Here he comes. Ooh, man. Yeah, it didn't look good on that snap on the outside there. Blake Chapman in 4th. See if he can fight his way around the track here. Devo. Looked like he got a 5th place finish. See if we got anybody else out there looking to kind of turn it around here. Barry Goldner. It's one of the Canadians is out here. Let's see, Tyler Wilson. Wow, Tyler Wilson up there, 3rd place in points, 3rd place start here tonight for the qualifying setup. Not too bad. About 0.03 of a second off Jeff Floro. Qualifying session only about a minute left here. Brandon Dittmer, I believe, is out there on the track. There he is. Oh my gosh. Well, hopefully when we see Brandon Dittmer kind of get out of the infield car care center on that one to the backup car, maybe he'll be on the track. I'm not quite sure about that one. Kyle Moonen gets a 11th place start. Brandon Dittmer with 12. Probably exactly where he wanted to be. See if we can kind of take a peek at any more drivers out there on the track. Nobody. Looks like they're going to be taking it in. The qualifying has completed here. And that will go ahead and do it. Let's go ahead and get straight to our heats. Heat 1, of course, brought to you by Langton Mechanical. That is going to bring us to our starting lineup here. Jack Clevenger, Jeffrey Kemper starting in the front row. Patrick Spangler starting 3rd. Brendan Lacey 4th. Aiden Young, all right, finally getting out there on the track in the 69 machine for 5th. Brandon Templeton into 6th. Bob DeGood in 7th position. And Barry Goldner starting in 8th. Good pile of drivers out here on the track so far. As we get through most of this race here, we're going to try to take a little ride-alongs with some of these guys. As the pace truck gets ready to go for Heat 1 here. All right, come on. Let's get her going here. I think everybody's ready behind him. I'm ready. So the Steve King Foundation truck, as it pulls away, don't keep in mind the Steve King Foundation also offers tribute giving. Dedicated gift through giving, honor a loved one, recognize someone through special or celebrate a milestone by donating in their name while supporting the dirt racing community during times of need. We will notify the honoree of your generous gift. Toward the front, Jeffrey Kemper in the 181. No, he's had some trouble out there on the asphalt with me on the Gambler Motorsports Topside Tuesdays out there in the Truck Series. Hopefully the 181 is able to put on a good job here, sitting 6th in the points. No wins yet so far for him. Brendan Lacey with 3 wins. That would explain why he's in the lead. 590 points for him. We'll see how John Hine, I think he'll line up for our second heat. As we get this one underway here momentarily. Pace truck is off. Clevenger and Kemper front row. Let's see what they can get it done. Boy, watch Brendan Lacey try to floss this one here on the inside of Jeffrey Kemper in the 181. Jack Clevenger doing exactly what he did last round, sliding away. But Patrick Spangler keeping him close. Patrick Spangler in the 39, looking toward the inside. Doesn't look like he's got anything for him here at this point. Let's rotate back here to Kemper, who's still under fire. Aiden Young trying to slide underneath of him. But they kind of dial it down here a little bit and kind of let's try to get a few laps underway to get this one squared up. You see they've scuffed up the track once again, so that cushion's nice and back. That way these guys have a little something to grab a hold of. As you can see Brandon Templeton up toward the top, using a little part of it. Drivers getting separated here, about single file. Patrick Spangler seeing if he can find a little more speed out of the 360 here. Definitely will be the champion of the 410 division, as he's won all but one race so far. Oof. Gets in the tires there. On the bottom end. Last lap coming up this time around. Rotate back here to Brandon Templeton, who's got over Aiden Young. Puts it into the side of actually Jeffrey Kemper. Kemper is now going to be knocked out here of this heat. Onto the B main he will go. Jack Clevenger watching this white flag in front of him here. Takes the checker. Clevenger, Spangler, Brendan Lacey, Brandon Templeton in fourth. At that cutoff spot. Puts Aiden Young, Barry Goldner, Bob DeGood, and Jeffrey Kemper in eighth. Rotates us to our second heat, guys. Definitely a good racing here so far. Don't know about that little nudge. I'm thinking Kemper may have some words for him on that one. As Kyle Moonen lines up in the front row here of Greg Boydell. Blake Chapman starting in third. Jeff Floro fourth. Preston Cranmer starting in the fifth position. Jeff Barker in sixth. Terry Landis in seventh, excuse me. And Ross in the 0-1-0. Haven't seen Ross out here before, but I am also new to this league. He's actually sitting in the 16th position. Hate to butcher his last name. I got to definitely catch up with him. Heat 2 brought to you by Magnum Race Designs. Like I said, I think some of these guys out here running that Magnum Race Design wrap out there definitely know I want to look into him for some of those t-shirt designs. A little SimTraX t-shirt design out there. They may do a little something for C2C. But they also make those logos and flyers. Definitely something awesome. I'd like to see what they've got for them out there, especially with the competitive pricing that they have. So, the only way I know how to find them is actually you can find them directly through Facebook. So go ahead and message them, see what they've got for you. Kyle Moonen starting in the front with Greg Boydell. Let's see what we got here for Heat 2 here, ladies and gentlemen, as we get this one underway. Ready? Green flag. There we go. Kyle Moonen, man, great job here on the inside line. Exactly where he wanted to be. Gets that breakaway he was looking for. Jeff Floro here on the outside, trying to see if he can battle here with Blake Chapman, who seems to be rolling back here just a little bit. Great racing here so far. Definitely kind of a turn up from what you've seen in the last run here, as we see Jeff Floro get into the wall here at Cedar Lake. Not as much breakdown on the track as we saw last week, but it's definitely a good one here. 30 laps in the feature, but we got a bunch more heats to go as we get through all these drivers. Jeff Floro hanging in fourth. Blake Chapman in third. Greg Boydell in second. And it looks like Kyle Moonen's driving away with this one. Definitely good job out of him so far. Kyle Moonen with 2 wins so far in this league. Or in the here in the Class A of these guys. There you go. Once again. Come on, Stella. You got to tell me. We got the Renegades up here. All right. Let's get it going here. Back to Blake Chapman, who's battling here with Greg Boydell. Slide job. Does he complete it? Oh, man. Greg Boydell slides toward the bottom. See if he can return the favor, and he does it. Outside line gets it. Blake Chapman secures second place. That's going to work out well for him as the white flag is out. Kyle Moonen, as long as he keeps this clean, he's got this heat win. Battling around we go. Ross here in that cutoff position in fourth, putting Jeff Floro in the cutoff at fifth, and that's going to do it. Terry Landis sixth, Jeff Barker and Preston Cranmer. These two guys Bennett here. See if it'll let me see it. Oh, man. Don't think it's going to do it. Alrighty. Let's see if we can kind of catch this back up here. Oh, boy. I hope I didn't break it. All right, there we go. Got a wedge. It was trying to delete it on me. I was trying to show it to you guys. All right, let's go ahead and get started for our next round here. That's going to bring us Brandon Dittmer and Andy Patton in the front row. Donovan Ross starting third. Tyler Wilson in fourth. John Hine, I don't know why they call him the professor, but I got to know, starting fifth. Jack Hitton sixth. Jesse Atkinson into the seventh position. John Short, I do not see him gritting at this point. I think John Short did not make it here. Definitely keep an eye out on that. John Short actually has a heat EOL, do not qualify. So he should not be out here. Some of these guys qualifying anyway. But we'll go ahead and tell. Regardless, let's go ahead and get right back to it. Guys are getting wrapped around here for Heat 3. Guys running super fast. Had a little bit of a technical issue, but that's okay. Heat 3, of course, brought to you by the Salty Dogs Racing Team here. Keep in mind, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Salty Dog Racing Team, these guys battled it out last round here. As I believe Roger Craig actually comes away with a silver dog bone in the last round. 5 dogs were out there, and he placed higher than all of them. So he'll be coming away with that. Alrighty, away we go. Brandon Dittmer on the bottom line. Definitely got to that backup car quick as he's going to see if he can pull away from Devo. But Devo tells him no. Devo toward the bottom, see if he can slide in front of him, and he got it. Alright. First spot conquered here by Devo. Hopefully this won't put him into the B main as he tries to stay clean. Definitely he said he hates this track, and we'll see as it seems to be treating him pretty well here tonight. Rotating toward the back, it looks like, oh boy, got a car around here. Looks like Tyler Wilson is around. Let's go rotate up here to John Hine. Let's see, John Hine, professor of internal law. Oh, okay, I get it now. All right. John Hine. All right. Must be our lawyer out there on the track. I don't know if he'll be able to talk his way out of this one, as right now he is sitting here in fourth. He's going to see if he can stay above cutoff spot. Jesse Atkinson trying his best to keep up. Getting around the track here so far. It looks like we got a couple guys under pressure here. Brandon Dittmer into the wall. Definitely keeping up there with Devo right now. Devo under a lot of pressure here. Last lap at the line. Here we go. Not enough for the slider. Devo staying on the top. Brandon Dittmer second. Tries to squeak a wheel on him here. This will be his shot. Top side, holding the cushion. Does he have the turn exit? He's got it. Oh, he got him. He got him by 35 thousandths of a second here in this heat. Dittmer, Ross, Patton, Atkinson, Hine, and Jack Hitt. 1 through 6. Wow, what an amazing turn there. Grabbing a hold of that one. Awesome job. All right, everybody here now fighting to get into that last position here in the B main. Brought to you by the Gambler Motorsports team. That'll bring us to Aiden Young starting in the front row here with Jeff Floro. John Hine, unfortunately, we just saw him run, so he better kind of dust off that mask, get another peel off here, and get ready to go again. Barry Goldner starting fourth, Terry Landis in fifth, Jack Hitt and Bob DeGood 6th and 7th, with Jeff Barker starting in 8th. Tyler Wilson in 9th, Jeffrey Kemper in 10th, Preston Cranmer in 11th, and we'll see if John Short, I don't know, he had a heat wheel, but I don't know if he can start here in the B main. Hopefully we'll see John Short out onto the track. That being part of the Class Sim Racing kart team. Boy, this is going to be a good stack up of all our drivers here on the front. I think we're still waiting for Jeff Floro to get suited up here. Kind of holding on the number 200. There he is. Onto the track he comes, getting ready. Definitely good shootout here. John Hine, one of the biggest guys in that Gambler Motorsports team. Aiden Young will be joining him. So right now, both these guys for the Gambler Motorsports team are going to be battling to see if they can keep their nose clean on this one. Ten laps for all these guys to get it done here. Aiden Young probably pretty happy about being in the front row here. Seeing they might be able to get a jump here on Jeff Floro in the 200. But Flaro's going to be a tough one to beat here. As Jeff Flaro sitting in that 7th position, Aiden Young kind of sitting way back in the 23rd. And John Hines sitting 2nd in points. So a lot of things at stake here at this point for these guys to get into the feature here tonight. Ready? Here we go. All right, Barney with the green flag out, and away we go. Aiden Young with the slider on himself here. Oh, man. Clutches into the wall. That allows John Hine to slide into 2nd. See if they can use this top line. Hopefully they'll scuff it up a little bit just for the warm-up. Because, man, as much as they're kind of riding this cushion here toward the top, the feature there is going to be nothing left. Jeff Flaro howled in 3rd. Gambler Motorsports Team 1 and 2. Looks like Barry Goldner got bumped out of the way here. Back 7 positions from this start. Definitely not where he wanted to end up. Terry Landis sitting in 4th. Jeff Flaro now moved back to 4th as Terry Landis has gotten a hold of it, holding that bottom line. Definitely seems to be a safer place to be down toward the bottom. As it looks like Aiden Young might just go ahead and walk away with this one. That's going to be a nice, comfortable lead for him at this point. Seeing he's leading over a 2nd by his teammate, John Hine. Jack Hitt rolling back here, one of the lead admins here, doing a great job out here for his race control as well, but it looks like we got a car into the wall. Jeff Flaro kind of bit it into the wall. Jeff Flaro now way outside the cutoff spot, sitting in 10th. He's going to have a hard way to battle as he gets his way back to the front. But Tyler Wilson, our 3rd place guy right now, hanging out in 5th. See if he can push his way any farther, if there's any more speed out of that car. But Terry Landis down on the bottom now has 2nd place. John Hine trying to figure out where the hell all his speed went as he's battling on the outside. The cushion seems to be holding up just a little bit, and he might have to give up on his Terry Landis. Really kind of working this inside line, seems to have enough groove to slide his way around. John Hine regains it here, as apparently he didn't get off that loud pedal. Back around we go. Jack Hitt seeing if he can squeak in here for that 3rd position. 2 laps to go. Final lap out. Here we go. Aiden Young with a comfortable 2 1/4 second lead here. Jack Hitt having to check up to keep from turning Terry Landis. Good job there by Jack Hitt, kind of racing nice and fair as he reaches the cutoff spot. Aiden Young, John Hine, Terry Landis, and Jack Hitt 1, 2, 3, and 4. Tyler Wilson to bring up 5th, Barry Goldner in 6th, Cranmer in 7th, and Jeff Barker into 8th. That brings Kemper, Flaro, and DeGood in the final spots here, guys. Definitely a lot of different racing than especially what we saw there in the other divisions. Wow. These guys are super fast out here tonight, and I'm really excited to see what they've got coming up for the feature here tonight. But that is going to bring us to our 3-minute warm-up here. Of course, to me, the way I look at a 3-minute warm-up is it kind of leaves these guys a little bit of time to kind of calm down. You know, definitely, all right, we know how these guys race. We know what it feels like out there. And then kind of bumping and banging, all right, you know, it got to, to me, now would be get a drink, get rehydrated, get your mind under control, because this is where it matters. The feature's up next. We got 30 laps to go of the fastest guys in the Coast2Coast Racing League, and this is what we're getting ready to see. A lot of battling here toward the front. Out there in the chat, guys, tell me who you think might take this one away. Kyle Moonan's looking super fast. Jack Clevenger was looking fast. You know, I would like to see Kevin Fry. I would like to see him kind of turn this around. But I just don't know if there's enough out here for him to get some traction. Kevin Fry sitting right now with no wins so far in the 15th position. Brendan Lacey and Kyle Moonen combined have five wins. Brendan Lacey with 3 and Moonen with 2. Lacey leading the charge here in the points. I know some of the fan favorite out there of John Hine, but man, just seemed to kind of what happened. Hopefully we're going to kind of get some of this stuff squared away. I don't think I got a little bit of a kind of an update. There he is. There's John Short. I think he had a little bit of a connection issue, so fortunately he'll be able to kind of square his way away in that 51. Oof, into the wall he goes. And definitely not what you want to see if you've been out here and not been able to practice and not be able to get any time to push their way around. Hopefully they'll be able to kind of get a chance here so far. See if anything is out there. Like I said, I don't know if actually I don't know if Kevin Fry is actually going to be out here driving here tonight. And that's one thing here about the Coast2Coast Racing League here is these guys definitely kind of take their incident limit to the max here. So if these guys have to remain clean, you know, if they're bumping and banging, ripping people's wings off, you know, smashing in the back of them, folding roll bars, things like that, you definitely get bumped down. So this should be the fastest and the cleanest racing you'll find here in the C2C League. If you think you've got the stuff here, guys, go to c2crl.com and kind of apply. You know what I mean? I don't think there's really a no out there. I know it's a little bit of a league fee. That way you can get broadcasted out here. Make sure you get with the right team. Get lined up for that C2C racing school that comes free of charge. Things like that. But, you know, like I said, with over 16 divisions broadcast at least 12 of them 7 days a week, I don't see how you can really go wrong, especially if you're a dirt track racer. So let's go ahead and get this one done. Flatline Racing Bodies warm-up, it has been completed here, guys. So let's go ahead and rotate to our starting grid, brought to you by the Super Dirt Car Series. All right, Jack Clevenger starting in the front row here with Kyle Moonen in second, Brandon Dittmer third, Patrick Spangler fourth. Black Chapman and Donovan Ross starting in the third row. Brennan Lacey into the seventh. Let's go ahead and see if we can take a peek at any of these drivers. There they are. They're getting on the track now. Brendan Lacey 7th, Greg Boydell in 8th. Andy Patton 9th with Brandon Templeton into the 10th position. Let me see if I can go ahead and get this right if I'm not Ross Corey. Oh my gosh. Corenta. I think that's how Corenta is how you say that last name. Ross Corenta there in the 11th with Jesse Atkinson there in the 12th position. Let's rotate to the back half of the field here, guys. That'll be Aiden Young in 13th, John Hine 14th. Terry Landis starting 15th with Jack Hitt starting in the outside of the 18th row in 16th. Tyler Wilson 17th, Barry Goldner 18th. Preston Cranmer starting way in the back of the field, starting 19th. Jeff Barker into 20th. Jeffrey Kemper 21st. Guys, man, he's definitely not happy about starting here toward the back. Jeff Floro starting in 22nd. Bob DeGood 23rd. And John Short, I think he finally got that connection issue squared away. There he is. All right, looks like everything is going to be all right for him, and he'll be starting in the final position here tonight, getting this one underway. Man, I'm excited to see how many guys are out there on the track getting ready for this one. Kyle Moonen, definitely fast out there. I still don't see out there in the chat. Guys, give me your call. Right now, to me, you see somebody, John Hine, back there in the 13th position. Definitely a hard start for him here, as he's going to have a long way to go to fight his way toward the front. As Brennan Lacey, our points leaders, actually starting in the 7th position. So a lot of battles here toward the front. Let's go ahead and get her underway. We see our racers on the track. Stay with our gap time. Final green flag, if I'm not mistaken, here in the air. Away we go. Devo takes it 4 wide as he slides his way back toward the front. Great battles out of all different parts of the track here tonight. 83 of Brandon Dittmer down toward the bottom, and we're already starting to use the cushion. Toward the top we go for Jack Clevenger. See if he can go back-to-back wins here, but he's got under fire once again by seeing if Devo has anything for him or Kyle Moonen. Kyle Moonen was one of the faster guys here on the track here at Cedar Lake, and is getting it done as he slides into the 2nd position. But Devo's got a little something to say about it as he moves his way toward the bottom. Moving back just a little bit with Brendan Lacey, seeing if he's got anything. You see him clip the wall. Man, he's not going to be happy about me sliding right there to him as Greg Boydell is into the wall here. Brendan Lacey down on the bottom, trying to find some area. Not enough room to get it done. Looks like Jack Hitt may have gotten collected in a little bit of a bang up there with Brandon Templeton. Good moves by all these drivers here so far. Looks like everything's kind of squeezing up here a little bit. Moving up to Patrick Spangler. Right now starting 4th, still in 4th. Good job by him, but man, want to talk about Jeff Floro here. Jeff Floro up 11 positions into 11th. So good move so far. He's sliding around here. Definitely one of the faster guys here on the track. But due to some heat issues, he's kind of been sent toward the back as we see Jeff Floro battling on the outside, John Hine, but he puts Hine in his rearview mirror and around he goes. Now John Hine under fire by Jesse Atkinson here in the 127 car. Looks like, John Hine bows down toward the bottom as we're still getting around here. Let's see how many laps we got left here. Still not even a third of the way just yet, so plenty of driving. John Hine using every inch of that track, even using the wall to see if he can get slid around here, and John Hine slides into the 11th position. But it looks like a battle for the lead here. Kyle Moonen. See if he had Jack Clevenger just for a second there, but now is falling back to 3rd as Patrick Spangler's grabbed a hold of it. Kyle Moonen definitely not letting off the loud pedal at this point as he's toward the top. Trying to see if he can find anything left. And if you, ladies and gentlemen, out there take a peek, look out. You see how there's no cushion left. That thing is about paper thin at this point, so they may have to start changing their line here as we see Jack Clevenger really doing everything he can to stay scrambling toward the front. Right now, Jack Clevenger with about 3/10 of a second lead here as he's getting pulled away. But Patrick Spangler with the 410 division leader here, and I believe Patrick Spangler is one hell of a driver that we've seen before, but we have a caution. It looks like, if I'm not mistaken, I think that might be Bob DeGood might be around here. Let's see if we can rotate this back to Bob DeGood with the Malcolm Mills mill riding replay. Top side we are here. Let's see if we can see what happens here in that 7 machine. Ooh. It looked like Jeffrey Kemper got loose before. Just ended up tangling up some other drivers. It says also Aiden Young had a problem back here on lap 1. Ooh. Yep, he did. Aiden Young had a bit of a problem here, definitely on lap 1. I think it slung him into the pits here. Yeah, you might want to get with the admin there, going ahead and squaring this one away and see if they can get that back done. Hopefully, like I said, Aiden Young is returning back to the race here. Right now, cars are single file. 13 laps complete in this one. Waiting for the Steve King Foundation truck to get on off the track here. Looks like the pace truck lights are out. Clevenger, man, I'm sure he's not happy about a caution coming out. He had a lead and definitely wanted to stay in front of Patrick Spangler, but a restart is going to be kind of crucial here, and it definitely catches him off guard. You see a spin there, and now he's under fire here by Patrick Spangler. Patrick Spangler trying to see if he can work this bottom line here to see if he's got anything for him. No dice. Unable to get any kind of traction here, but now Spangler under fire here by Kyle Moonen. Single file restart, so not as many battles as you would expect out there onto the track. Yeah, Kyle Moonen seeing if he can get anything done here. Devo working the bottom line. Seeing if he's got anything for us here. Blake Chapman now starting to see if he can work on the outside. Patrick Spangler here toward the front, taking another peek on the inside. Nothing. Jack Clevenger staying on it right now. Patrick Spangler's kind of got the angle on him here. Turn exit he's got. Slide job engaged. Here it comes. In front of Jack Clevenger. He's got it. So Jack Clevenger, see if he can return the favor. He dives toward the bottom. Slide job. Patrick Spangler now throwing toward the bottom. These guys are switching up back and forth for that top position. Out there in the chat, look, let's see. Patience is saying Spangler. Dittmer is Stella. So we'll see if anything's for it right now. Dittmer sitting back in 7th, and Spangler's got the lead. Good job there by Jack Clevenger. He thought he had him there, but looks like Patrick Spangler's starting to show off his expertise here as he's pulling away. Using every inch of the top cushion, whatever's left. But right now, Kyle Moonen, here it comes. On to Jack Clevenger now. 2nd place for Kyle Moonen. But Jack Clevenger not so easy to give up here. Oh! I think Jack Clevenger's over the wall. Wing broken off on Jack Clevenger. Ouch! Guys, easy. Caution's out. Oof. That's going to take him straight down the pit. Let's go ahead and take a look at our Malcolm's mill riding replay here. Say that 10 times fast. Let's look at Jack Clevenger here. What in the world happens? Let me see if I can get a little different angle here. Oh, the right side caught. Oh, man. That was ugly. Let's take another angle at this. Definitely want to peek. Let's kind of speed it up here. Right about there. See that hump right there on the wall? That's what caught the right rear tire. It straightened him out and then took him right up the wall. Man, oh man, oh man. All right, let's go ahead and bring that live. Hopefully, Clevenger is able to return. I see him still broken down in the pit at this point. That is not looking good for him. Couple of our guys going 2/3 of this race complete so far. Pace truck lights are out. What in the world is Preston Cranmer doing? All right, let's get back to it. Green flag is out. Patrick Spangler leading this one off. Single file restart here, but I think we got another pile up here toward the back. Gotta see what happened. Let's rotate back here to Andy Patton here. Here's the restart behind Jeffrey Kemper. Oh, what in the world? Oh, dude, I think that was as bad. That almost looked like a disconnect here. It got going. Hold on, let me see if we can find that cockpit angle here. See if we can take a peek at his hands. Something happened. He got going here, and then all of a sudden that car just let go. Yeah, it looked like just zero input. Something happened here. Boy, all right. Well, re-rack them and we'll try again. Green flag is out. Patrick Spangler taking off here. Away they go. Man, I know it's starting to mash up here. Looks like Jeff Flaro on the outside. Oh, man. Watch out for Terry Landis. Yeah, Jeff Flaro definitely flossing it through this field here. Trying to see if he can battle his way back to the front. Man, I cannot imagine the radio chatter at this point. These guys trying to fly around here, finding a good angle. Right now, Patrick Spangler taking off from Kyle Moonen. Devo right now under fire here by Brennan Lacer, our points leader. And we're back under caution. Man, as awesome as this racing was in the beginning, I'd almost want to sling these guys back double wide here. Let's take a look here. It says Jeffrey Kemper in the 181 may have ended up in a bit of a tie-up here. Let's see what happens. Oh, man. Yeah, it looks like Blake Chapman got caught up. Barry Goldner got caught up. And I think Jeffrey Kemper kind of rolled it up the track to try to get out of the way here. And it caught him in the middle of it. I don't think he made contact with either one of those cars from that replay. But it looked like he was trying to get out of the way and kind of put himself into the wall there. Hate to see it. Yeah, oddly enough, actually our second place holder, John Hine, in the 71 car, back here in the 21st position. 7 places down. I'm definitely not sure he's not happy about that. I think a quick tie-up and some banging around out there on the track is causing some trouble. There we go. There's Patrick Spangler. That's who I'm looking for. Yeah, Kyle Moonen has got to kind of take in mind what this race is doing here. He's got to figure out how to get this jump. As Patrick Spangler takes off again for another restart here. Man, I just don't see how Patrick Spangler's getting so close to that wall. I think some of these other guys are kind of thinking the same thing. As Donovan Ross is now out of the race, smashed to pieces. Obviously, he is already in pit at this point. Definitely a fast one here. Let's go ahead and take a look at it again. Another caution is out. Sure, some incident penalty points are coming from this one. Devo. See what happens. Oh, man, it straightened out. Caught the wall. Totaled him. Oh, man. The only good thing about this one, oh, he's about to go fishing. It gave up. It gave up. It wouldn't put him in the water. It looked like Devo went fishing here. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, that was awesome. Let me see if we can take another angle here of Devo in this car. Wow. Let's see if we can get a little different angle. Yeah, iRacing gave up on him. Oh, man. Definitely. Devo having a hell of a run here tonight. Really kind of put out of his misery, unfortunately. I hate to see that happen for him. But he is now going to be checked out, sitting 19th in points. That's definitely going to knock him way, way back here. So let's get back under green flag. We only got a few laps to get it done here. But a 5-lap shootout here. So Kyle Moonen, if he's going to come up with anything, or Brennan Lacey, who's finally broken into the top 3. Kind of waiting to see how it gets done, but you see how slicked up this track is getting. Rubber has met the dirt. So this thing has got to be just about an ice skating rink out there. Some drive better on it, some don't. Kind of want to put that right rear tire on the cushion and push your way around here. Jeff Floro having a lot of trouble here toward the back, as he's trying to see if he can push his way around. But no can do. Jeff Floro now into the 10th position. Patrick Spangler still leading the race, 2 to go. Brendan Lacey sitting in 3rd. John Short, connection issues? I say no. Around he goes. Man, look how fast he is. John Short into the 3rd position here, really making everybody look like they're standing still here as the white flag is out. Knocks Brendan Lacey off a podium position here. 51 is out. Patrick Spangler looks like he beats a slide job here. Kyle Moonen is not going to have anything for him. Kyle Moonen into 2nd and John Short into 3rd. Wow. Not too shabby there, bud. Great racing by all our drivers here tonight. Take a look at our feature results here. Patrick Spangler coming away with the win. Man, I get to talk to him again. That's going to be awesome. Definitely glad to see him in here again. Man, that was awesome. That was awesome. Great racing by everybody out here tonight. Yeah, somebody who, unusual. I didn't expect to see actually John Hine kind of that far down in the points. Definitely can't blame him. You know what I mean? There's a lot of tough racing out here. And definitely something to kind of keep in mind. How these guys race. I mean, it's just tough, tough, tough. And there's no real place for these guys to really kind of anywhere to go here. But, man, let's go ahead and kind of wrap it up here. Catch up with our driver finale here of the race as we get this one squared away. Let's see if we can go ahead and get these guys right now. Let's go ahead and catch up with our 3rd place finisher here tonight. John Short, you got a copy on me here, bud?
I gotcha.
Dude, what a wild ride. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm from the outside. I think normally you guys are used to Marty Zaccala here. Have you ever participated in this race?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've been here since kind of the beginning here. So
oh, man. All right. Well,
I've just been able to start running here the last couple of weeks after taking a few weeks off. So,
all right.
Yeah.
Well, forgive me. There you are, Jonathan Short. There, 26th in points, 3rd place finisher here tonight. 21 spots up, dude. Man, that was a fast run here tonight here at Cedar Lake. How confident were you feeling out there on the track? I mean, was this just kind of a cakewalk for you?
Oh, anything but a cakewalk. It was busy back there. A lot of tight racing, a lot of carnage back there. Oh, beating and banging at least as the start, and I had to be patient. But I knew just from previous setups here, and it feels like everything's kind of since the last update's been feeling better. So all the old setups are kind of starting to feel good again. And I used to really like this place, and I knew we had a fast setup, so just had to bide my time and wait for that middle to go away, because I knew once the top got going, I had a piece under me. So just had to not put it in the wall and ended up screwing up trying to get back to those top 2 guys the last couple laps there, but was able to at least get back on the podium from the tail, which is I'm just very happy to be able to come up here and speak to you after starting computer problems earlier tonight.
Yeah, well, especially I see you lined up for a Driver of the Week mug here, bud. That was awesome. Like, it's at 21 positions you came up and nailed a 3rd place finish. I didn't know if you had anything there for Brendan Lacey, but Lacey actually dialed all the way back to 6th position, Dittmer up to 4th. I didn't know if he had anything for him, but it seemed the more the track got slicked up, the faster you got. And really awesome job here tonight, man. Fantastic. Hopefully I will see you again, man, but awesome job here tonight. Go and give me your shout-outs here, John.
Yeah, appreciate it. Definitely got to thank the Kite Sim Racing guys. A lot of fun hanging out with them, racing with them. We have a good time in the room, and just a lot of good racing, a lot of fast guys. Blake, Preston, Joe, and Terry. So I got to thank them. Galen's Homegrown Popcorn. It's some of the best gourmet popcorn in the country. If you don't know, they're out of South Dakota, and they mix all kinds of different flavors. You can look them up online at Galen's Homegrown Popcorn. Just do a Google search, and if you put in the code CART, CART, you'll get yourself 15% off at checkout. I gotta thank you for putting on the broadcast, Epsilon Sprint Wraps, for doing this awesome wrap. Really appreciate Preston, and gotta thank my wife and just Roger for putting on the league. So
alrighty, Preston's a very busy guy out there. He's able to get a lot of paint guys cars done. Brandon Ish Canyon, I know, being one of them, you getting your paint job done, and especially VP here of the Coast2Coast Racing League. Definitely a tough job for Preston Kramer, so I want to make sure I give him a good shout out there as well. But John Short here in that 51 machine, placing 3rd. Great job tonight, bud, and can't wait to see you keep showing up here, bud.
Hey, thanks, Patrick.
All right, everybody, there's John Short getting it done. Man, like I said, 21 positions. That is insane. That is just so many, but somebody who almost had it, Kyle Moonen, starting in 2nd place here. Almost had it, bud. Kind of what do we have to change on the track to get you a little faster?
Man, probably just a little more consistent. It was tough though, that's what Patrick and I were talking about. It was just, it was the one lane the entire race, and I was, trying to get Jack there at the beginning, and that let Spangler by. So that kind of messed me up a little bit there. Wish I could have cleared, him, and would have been in a better position. But it was still, good race. Sometimes you got to settle for 2nd. So.
Well, you did. I was gonna say you gotta still be riding off the high of the Dirt Track Bank World Finals here, man. Really, you didn't place 2nd there. You seem to take the whole thing, man. But here you are in 2nd tonight.
Yeah, exactly. That was still a cool deal with that. I like those fundraising races. Hopefully get out of 2nd next week and click a win off.
Alrighty, man. Definitely hope to see that as well. If I'm not mistaken, you have 2 wins here so far, so close to getting that 3rd. But man, just consistency gets it, man. I think this will help you reel in Tyler Wilson. He placed 9th here tonight, so I think this may help you reel him in points to maybe slide you into 3rd. But we'll keep an eye out for that. Kyle Moonen, I'm sure I'll see you tomorrow for the truck races, won't I?
Yes. Yep. I'm planning on it. So.
Alrighty. Well, I will see you for the Gambler Motorsports Topside Tuesdays. But first, I'll let you get your shout-outs because I'm sure I'll hear them again tomorrow for the truck series.
Yep. Just all the guys at Vanderbilt, Ross Krenna, Velocity Race Designs for doing all the paint, you guys for the broadcast, and everyone that helps make the league happen.
All right, man, dude. Hey, tomorrow we are actually in the wingless 360s. Try to show up and see how you do there. We're gonna get rid of a lot of that downforce and see how the guys slide around. Then the 410s after that. Spangler's been owning both of those leagues, man, and definitely I'd like to see some competition. Really try to put him down. And you seem to be one of the faster guys out there. But Kyle Moonen in the number 24, man. Good job tonight.
All right, appreciate it. Thanks. Bye.
All righty, there's Kyle Moonen in the 2nd position, which rotates us to once again Patrick Spangler, who is not he's been in winner circle many times, And that 39 car, especially whether it be a wingless 360, a midget, a 410, and now I'm watching him here in the 360s on the Monday Night Madness in the Cool Ray Victory Lane score this one. Another win here, man. Dude, talk to me about the race here tonight.
Yeah, the track burned off pretty good in the warm-up there, so he had to make the move at the beginning when he saw that tackiness at the top of 4. And Moonen tried a slider, and he bobbled, so I was able to get around him and then just wait until just put pressure on Clevenger, and hopefully he made a mistake, and I was able to get a good run out of 2 and then slide him into 3 and 4. And I mean, after that, it's just maintaining the top line there, preferred line, and hopefully Moonen wasn't catching me. But he was right there because I bobbled like 2 laps ago, and he pulled it, and I thought there was going to be a race there. So it was fun, though.
All right, man. Definitely tough. I know, man, I think if Clevenger hadn't gotten to the wall, you know, he had been racing there in the Raiders, I believe, and definitely a tough run it was for him to get that one. You know, and you were just able to kind of run him down. How much cushion was there toward the top? Because, man, I saw sometimes you were just grabbing every single inch that was left. What a wild ride it was out there tonight.
Yeah, it wasn't like was that Port Royal last week where it was super rough. It's actually kind of smooth of this track, but you just have to stay out of the wall, so you can get pretty close. You just got to know your limit there. And the top of turn 4, if the higher you can stay, the more you'll get just launches you out of the turn.
All right, well, I'm not sure, but I know last week you won another win here tonight. Man, you seem to be really on a roll here so far, just ticking them off one by one. This will actually be your 3rd win here in the Renegades League, man. I think a little more consistency showing up for these races, you'd be ahead of Brendan Lacey at this point.
Yeah, I just had to try my hand at the Pro Series earlier last month, and that is the same time as this league, so I missed 3 or 4 weeks trying for that. So I think if I would have kept going, I may have had something for Lacey. But I mean, he's just really consistent, and I had a wreck already to finish like 13th one race. So Lacey's just been super consistent. So I'm just trying to get wins now that I'm not in the points battle.
All right, man. Well, we're only a couple of weeks here left to go. I'm sure I will see you for the 410s and the wingless 360s at the Gambler Motorsports Topside Tuesdays, man. But go ahead and give me your shout-outs, because I'm sure, like I said, I'll with Kyle Moonen in the asphalt, I'm sure I'll hear him tomorrow from you in the dirt.
Yeah, thank you for putting on the broadcast. Roger run the league. Training was racing. Got an uncle back home watching, and Dudek Sub Designs for the wrap on the car.
All right, Patrick Spangler in the 39 machine. Great job tonight, bud.
Thanks. See you tomorrow, hopefully.
Oh, yeah. All right, everybody. That is going to do it here for the Coast2Coast Racing League on the Monday Night Madness. Patrick Morrison here with SimTraX Broadcasting, covering from Marty Zakala in the Slide Job Racing Network. Definitely, with a name like that, you know he's definitely all about dirt out here on the track. But Cedar Lake has come to an end for you guys. I believe Volusia is what some of these guys are looking at next week, if I'm not mistaken. I am probably wrong on that one. Let me take a look here at it on Monday. I am right. Volusia is where these guys will be for the Rustlers, Raiders, Rebels, and Renegades. That's where they're going to start. If you're looking to catch back up with me and the C2C League, I will be here with you tomorrow. Volusia is where we're going to be for the wingless 360s, the fixed 410s at Williams Grove, and then the NASCAR pickups will be in Charlotte. You'll catch me again on Thursday night for the Xfinity Series on the Flatline Racing Body Thursday Night Thunder. I'll be after Marty Zakala at I-55 for Charlotte for the Xfinity Series as well. So awesome job by all these drivers here tonight, man. Awesome. I'm excited you guys could all tune in for the Monday Night Madness. But guys, don't forget, like, subscribe, tune in, Twitch, whatever you guys do, YouTube. I know a lot of people will YouTube me, but definitely keep me in mind. But that's going to wrap it up here for tonight. And I will see you guys actually tomorrow with Coast to Coast. But that'll signing off here. Patrick Morrison signing off. Be well, be safe, be kind, and I'll catch you guys next time.